You are now rocking with the hottest boxing podcast in the land. True Media Boxing Radio with your host, Coach Malachi Williams.
True.
For the thousands in attendance and the millions watching around the world, ladies and gentlemen, let's get ready to rumble!
Yeah. What's up, family? This is our boy, Coach Malachi Williams, and we back in this BI in the building. We back. True Media Podcast. We're back up in here. Hold on. Let me go ahead and put my camera to the side. It's a little bit too far to my left. Center it a little bit more. Yep, I think that's about it. Center it a little bit more, and ta-da. You know, so it is what it is, man. Shout out to everybody, man. Hope everybody's having a happy Monday. Hope everyone is having a happy Monday. Let me make sure everyone can hear me. I don't want to be doing all this goddamn talking and y'all can't hear me. So, all right. Yeah, y'all can hear me pretty good. I can hear myself on the other channel. Let's see what we sound like over here. Go right here. I think y'all can hear me pretty good. Let me go right here. Turn this up right quick. Yeah, we good. We good over here too. Shout out to Texas 16 South. Salute to you, fam. Texas 16 South. Salute to you. Shout out to you, fam. Green Eyes P in the building on the other channel. Shout out to everyone that's watching on Rumble. Shout out to everyone that's watching on Rumble. We don't have that many watching on Rumble, to be honest with you. Rumble ain't nothing like YouTube, but it is what it is. YouTube is the king of video platforms. Period. You know, it's YouTube and it's everybody else. But yeah, man. But salute, shout out to everyone watching on X as well, or will be watching on X as the show materializes and goes on further. Anyways, yeah, man. But happy Monday to everybody, man. I really enjoyed the fights this weekend. I really did enjoy the fights this weekend. You know, we had great party. A lot of people showed up. We had over 1,000 between YouTube and X. We had I think we had just as many watching. We had more watching on X than YouTube at one point in time of Saturday's show. You get what I'm saying? We went live Saturday night for the fight party, and I'm not gonna lie, I thoroughly enjoyed it, bro. I'm like, man, you know what? If they can continue to put cards together like this here, I like that. Now the $80 pay-per-view is going to hurt them. It's really going to hurt them. And it's going to hurt them bad, to be honest with you, because no one is paying that. No one is paying that. So it is what it is. They also gave out a bunch of comp tickets, and how I know is because I received the email. On that, you know, a lot of people, you know, a lot of fights they give away comp tickets. You know what I mean? So a lot of these fights they really don't be selling out like that. You know, they comp them out. They comp out a lot of the tickets and stuff like that. They give away thousands of tickets. You know, that's pretty much all of the events to do that. If it's a big fight, a lot of them, they do that, because what happens is, the tickets will go on sale, and then you'll be like, oh man, it is sold out in 24 hours. Well, yeah, no. Technically, it didn't sell out in 24 hours. What happens is the promoters sell it to the ticket scalper. The scalpers get it. They buy all the tickets, and then they put them they resell them, put them back on the market for triple and quadruple the price. So you can get $1,000 ticket, you know what I mean? But once the scalper may get it for $1,000. Just throwing that out there, or you know he'll get a good price on buying all of them or whatever. Then he'll resell them for like 3 times more than what he paid for them for. You get what I'm saying? So shout out to Sean from the Heights, dropping that quote of Bam, dub on your boy.
Hey, Leroy.
Super chat received.
Playtime's over, boy.
Sean say them two Bama's was slugging, running that shit back. You get what I'm saying? Okay. Y'all want them to run it back. Sean wanted to run it back. You know what I mean? I feel you on that. You get what I'm saying? Listen, I'm hoping that others see what Benavidez and Morrell did and step up. You know, and say, okay, let me see, can I fight the top guys in my weight division? You know, I like David Benavidez. He has an old school throwback style mentality, in my opinion.
Down from the bar, there's a platform stage. People pimping, sharp as razor blades.
You get what I'm saying? It's like, you know, he has that. He definitely has that, in my opinion. You know what I mean?
To this day.
Shout out to Eric Gomez. Salute, fam. Shout out to the Nigerian Nightmare. Hannibal is here. Cooking with Sir Senior. Mr. Raymond Moore is here. The lovely Miss Connie. Shout out to Daniel Agnew. Who else we have? Green Eyes P. Sean from the Heights, man. Shout out to you, fam. This is your 20th super chat. This is your, matter of fact, this is his 20th super chat right here, man. Shout out to Sean from the Heights, man. That's his 20th super chat, man. Salute to you, fam. Yeah, man. Let's see, go to the channel. Let's see what we got right here. This Sean right here. Salute to you, fam. Shout out to the brother. Yeah, man. We gotta do something for Sean. This is 20th one. Damn, Sean, my bad, dog. I was trying to throw a little celebration. I was trying to throw a little celebration for you. I thought I had some gadgets and gizmos. Hey, the gadgets and gizmos ain't working. But anyway, I'm gonna get back to that. But shout out to LaJessica. LaJessica, what's going on, sis? Nando Ramos. Again, I like the fights. I ain't gonna lie. This is Boston say Clarissa's a bigger draw now. Yeah, you know what? She did a pretty good crowd. She did a pretty good crowd in her she did that in Detroit, right? Was that Detroit or Flint? I think her fight was in Detroit. And she had Papoose out there. She had the Darrell brothers. Bud was out there. Bud, a couple other fighters, a lot of the men fighters, they came out there. Now, we're going to address all of that. We're going to address Claressa Shields, David Benavidez, Esau Cruz, Cool Boy Stealth. We're going to address all of that. I can promise you that. And I want to drop the phone lines early. True. We're going to address all of that. But I got to say what I got to say before I get the phone calls. I have to say what I have to say before the phone calls come in. You get what I'm saying? Because I got a feeling a lot of calls are going to be coming in. All right, let's get into the show. Now, is David Benavidez ready to take down Beterbiev versus Bivol winner? After winning a 12-round unanimous decision against David Morrell, David Benavidez impressed a lot of critics this past Saturday night in Vegas. Critics of David Benavidez were hoping for Morrell to stop the Mexican monster or at least win. He impressed a lot of critics, but some he just they found a way to nitpick. When again as I said before, a lot of times when someone doesn't like you, there's nothing that you can do to make them like you. So they're always going to try to find some kind of reason or some kind of way to nitpick. And, well, he didn't do this. Well, his baby mama didn't do that. His cousin fell over here. His sister, his sister fell off the wagon over there. You get what I'm saying? It's always going to be something. And that's what it is. I mean, it is what it is, And everything ain't hate, dog. I just want to say that everything ain't hate. Just because a person don't agree with you, and because you feel real strong about your fighter and, they don't agree with you, doesn't necessarily mean it's hate. They just don't agree with it. Now, sometimes it is hate. You got to know you got to use discernment. You got to know when it's hate and when it's not hate. And I guess depending on, how emotionally attached you are, then that would determine, the outcome when it comes to your emotions and your reactions. True. But anyway, let's get into the show. I have a pretty good assessment of this. Styles make fights. I want y'all to remember that when I say that. Styles make fights. Critics of Benavidez were hoping for Morrell to stop the Mexican monster. However, they were wrong. David Benavidez not only passed the David Morrell test, but also withstood some rough moments in the fight, even overcoming an 11th round knockdown. Now, some people say, oh, man, when his feet got tangled up, when he went down and stuff like that. Yeah, but he got hit on the shoulder or the upper part of the chest or something like that while in the process of So he did get hit, then he went down. Now the feet did get kind of tangled up, but I'm gonna tell you why. I'm gonna tell you why. I'm finna tell y'all some real shit. I'm gonna be honest. I'm gonna give him his props, but I'm gonna give you an honest assessment. Both men landed some thunderous shots against each other during the gruesome battle. Benavidez has earned the right to fight the Beterbiev versus Bivol winner. David Benavidez wants all the smoke. Stylistically, is David Benavidez ready? He's fighting, that's the question. He's fighting the top guys in the division without using duck language to avoid fighting the best. He's not telling them they got to be a certain age. He's not telling them they didn't fight nobody. He's not telling them, you got to put butts in seats. He's not using none of the duck language that you hear some fighters use. True. He's not using that duck language to avoid fighting the best. Hopefully, the other American fighters will follow David Benavidez's lead, or follow his example, and fight the top guys in their division. Hopefully. I'm not as hopeful, but hopefully, it is what it is. In other news, Aesop Pitbull Cruz and Stephen Cool Boy Steph, as they call him, Stephen Fulton, look good in their wins against their opponents. Cool Boy looked real good. Cool, that was booing at one point in time. I think a lot of people was booing. I didn't hear it, but that's what people were telling me in the chat. I think a lot of people was booing because, the guy who they wanted to win wasn't winning. Cool Boy Steph looked extremely good against Brandon Figueroa. Now, Cool Boy hasn't looked good in his past couple of fights. He went to Japan, a new way spanked him, and then he came back to America. He had his last fight, and he didn't look good at all in that fight. I think he got dropped in that fight or something of that sort. He didn't look good at all in his last fight. It's somewhere around there, right? I don't know if he got, I'm trying to think. Did he get dropped that fight? Or was it waved off? Anyways, he didn't look good in the fight, So I was like, man, he don't look good. I picked Brandon Figueroa to win by late stoppage. I was wrong. I didn't bet any money on it. When it comes to bet money, now I'm undefeated in betting money, but I didn't bet any money on it. But just based on how he looked his last couple of fights, I'm like, man, Cool Boy looked like he kind of lost his mojo. Well, guess what? He got his mojo back. Fulton's footwork, ring IQ, and ring generalship was exceptional. Fulton made Brandon Figueroa look like an amateur. By beating Figueroa twice, it's obviously clear to me that Cool Boy Steph has Brandon Figueroa's number. I think he got his number at this point. This was a good fight card altogether. I must give the PBC kudos for putting together a great fight card. This is a great fight card. I can't even front. As of late, the Aesop Pitbull Cruz was throwing haymakers, bolos, overhand rights, looping left hooks, wide looping right hooks. He was doing what he wanted to do. But hold on, I'm going to tell you another thing. Aesop Cruz did something that I didn't think that he was capable of doing. He threw a jab. True. The most important punch in boxing, he negates that all the time. This fight right here, this man was throwing jabs. And that's what they was cutting. He was throwing the jabs pretty good too. The 1-2 down the pipe. Bap, bap. He caught Buddy with a 1-2. I forgot what the dude name. I forgot the dude name. What was the dude name? Fierro. Fierro means iron. That's iron in Spanish, right? So Fierro, and guess what? He was iron because he was getting hit with bombs over Baghdad, bruh. Aesop Cruz was hitting this man with every might of his wide hooks. Like he was catching them flush on the chin, flush on the jaw. Buddy didn't even get hurt at all. Buddy didn't get hurt at all. You get what I'm saying? Like he was eating punches. Bro, one time Pitbull hit this man so hard, his whole head turned. And it looked like half of his body turned too, right? He came right back into position. And guess what? It started back throwing hands. True. Now this that type of fighting that people like to see. Oh, Rock'em, that was a good old Rock'em Sock'em right there. Hey, that was Rock'em Sock'em right there. With no strategy, we just finna trade punches. Well, I'm finna throw a haymaker. Bam. Finna throw another one. Bam. I'm finna throw a bolo over the top. Bam. I'm finna throw a bolo coming from up under. Bam. Like this man, they say Pitbull has landed 53% of his power shots. I said all he throwing is power shots. True. They talking about, yeah, man, the man, y'all see that? Man, Pitbull landed 50-some%. He landed, hold on. Listen, Pitbull landed over 50% of his power shots. That's because he ain't throwing nothing but power shots. You get what I'm saying? That's all he throwing, power shots. Hold on. Y'all bear with me one moment. Hell. Hold on, y'all. Y'all bear with me one moment. Yeah, listen, the man ain't throwing nothing but power shots. So, of course he gonna land. Yeah, man, he land. You saw the punches he land. Yeah, he gonna land over 50%. He don't throw nothing but power shots. That's all he throw. Everybody know that. Hey, listen, everybody know that. That's all he throw, fam. That man throw more haymakers. Bro, I ain't never seen a fighter. Listen, this man throw more haymakers in a little bit. That's all he throwing. That's all he throwing. Like, literally, this man just throwing haymaker after haymaker. But I was so shocked, bro. When I saw Pitbull throwing jabs, I was like, damn, this motherfucker throwing a jab? That's my biggest criticism of him. I said, this dude slow. He one-dimensional. And, he don't understand the concept of throwing the jab to get it, close the distance and range. He don't understand that. If you don't throw a jab, you become more predictable. Because everyone knows I'm just trying to walk. Once I get to this certain spot, I'm going to unload. Now, the thing is with Pitbull, it's kind of hard to time some of that stuff because he throw that shit fast. When he get close, he throwing it fast. Now, he telegraphing his punches, but he throwing that shit fast.
True.
Man. Anyways. In other news, Claressa Shields, she did her thing against, what's her name, Danielle Perkins this past weekend. She beat Danielle Perkins yesterday. She won a fight that pretty much everyone knew that she was going to win. I knew she was going to win it. I said it over here. I think Miss Black Panther was the one that turned me on to Perkins, her story and stuff like that. Someone told me that she's a grandmother. So people are like, oh, man, Claressa Shields beat her grandma. Well, she probably did beat her grandma, but that's neither here nor there. Somebody had to do it. You know what I mean? And Claressa Shields did it. Now, I will say this. Claressa Shields, if I'm not mistaken, y'all let me know if I'm wrong. I think she's 3-time undisputed champion. She's 3-time undisputed. I don't know how many weight divisions she's been a champion or nothing of that sort. I got to look it up. I'm not really into women boxing that much, but I do like Claressa Shields. I've been following her since the Olympics, so I like Claressa Shields. She's arrogant. She's cocky. She's narcissist. She's definitely that. She got a big chip on her shoulder. That she do. You know what I mean? She have a big chip on her shoulder. She came from nothing, though. She literally came from nothing. She came from dirt poor, but so do most fighters. Her situation is not no more unique than anyone else, right? Boxing, they call boxing a poor man's sport. Most people in boxing come from nothing. You don't find too many people come from a silver spoon, rich, that came up in boxing. Now, you have some people come from a middle-class neighborhood in boxing, but it is what it is. Boxing, 99.999% of the motherfuckers in boxing was broke and ain't had a goddamn thing.
True.
Yeah, you get what I'm saying? So it is what it is. It is what it is, fam. So, but anyway, Claressa Shields did her thing. Now I have to be honest. Because, I don't want the Claressa Shields stands to get upset and be like, oh, man, y'all don't want to give her props. She did her thing. I'm going to give her props. Claressa did well. The criticism that Claressa Shields faced when she says she's the GOAT is the level of competition she's fought. Now, she don't fault some good names. To me, she don't fault, she fought? Hannah Gabriel. She fought The Hammer. She fought Savannah Marshall. Fulton and Cruz. She done fought some other names that I can't remember right now. So people can be like, man, she got some good names on her resume for her to only have 16, 17 fights. She got some good names on her resume. And she beat these girls, became undisputed in multiple weight divisions and stuff like that. But outside of those few the names that I named, there's no depth in any of the weight divisions that she's been in. All of the talent, for the most part, is pretty much in the lower weight divisions. You got a Savannah Marshall, but outside of her, who else you got? You got a Fulton and Cruz, but outside of her, who else you got? So it's not like it's a bunch of tough, like top guys like that in women's boxing. I mean, and that's not Claressa Shields' fault. But however, the critics, they're definitely going to look at this heavyweight division. I want y'all to look at this heavyweight division. I just saw somebody in the chat say that, hey, you can't really give her credit for that. You get what I'm saying? I want to disagree with it, and I do disagree with it. You got to give her credit because the other girl had an opportunity to win as well. But bro, like bro. If I show y'all the female heavyweight division, you can't look at it as hate. Like if you look at this as hate, what I'm gonna show you, then you're just hating the reality of the situation. You're hating the reality of the situation. You can't hate on me. I'm like, look, dog, this what it is. This what it is, fam. So what you mad at? Maybe you can find some more women, some more Claressa Shields or whoever out there to get in here and make it popping. But I'm just telling you, I got to tell it like a T.I. is. But man, shout out to the GOAT, man.
True.
Shout out to the GOAT. Shout out to the GOAT. Shout out to the GOAT. You get what I'm saying? Shout out to the GOAT. Anyways, it is what it is. But this was a good fight this weekend. The Claressa Shields fight and the PBC fight card, David Benavidez, David Morrell. That was a good fight. Now, I told you guys. What did I tell y'all? I say now, David Benavidez, I picked Benavidez to win. I picked him by late stoppage. I was wrong about the stoppage, but I was right about the victory. I told y'all, I said, you know what? David Benavidez, because the people who don't like him are still not going to like him. They had their nuts crossed on him. They wanted him to lose. But I said if he loses to David Morrell, this is what's going to be tomorrow's headlines. Oh man, he lost to 11. This fighter had nothing but 11 fights. I told you he was overrated. Y'all hollering about Mexican monster. The man was overrated anyway. A dude with 11 fights beat him. What you think Canelo would have did to him?
True.
I can literally show you a comment. That somebody left on my video saying that exact same thing. But on the flip side, I said if he beat this guy, David Morrell, man, David Morrell ain't had nothing but 11 fights. How you gonna give him credit for that? He fighting a dude that got nothing but 11 fights. They just gonna ignore all of the international experience that he has fighting in the amateurs all around the world. Very similar to Marjamal, very similar to Beterbiev, very similar to Lomachenko. They're gonna ignore all of that. You get what I'm saying? And man, you know what? He couldn't even knock him out. He knock him down. Man, I'm trying to tell you, man. But what you think such and such a do to him?
True.
And you know what I said? I said that I don't want to imagine. See, I don't like having these imaginary fights in my head. What you think hog head cheese to do to him? I don't want to think. Just imagine what Pochard Willie will do to David Benavidez. I don't want to imagine what they'll do. I want to physically see it. See, when you're arguing against physically seeing, you just want to live in the realm of imagination. Just imagine what Pochard Willie would do. I don't want to imagine nothing. I want to see it. Well, we don't need to see it because we're already imagining what's going to happen.
True.
Oh, so we don't need to see it because we automatically imagining what's going to happen. That's where we at now? All right, cool. Shout out to Bruce Gas in the building. Salute, fam. But I'm finished. Before I get into the show, I want to give my overall assessment of two things. Let's go to Claressa Shields first before I forget. Y'all remind me. I'm gonna do Claressa Shields first, then we're gonna go to light heavyweight about David Benavidez. This is the reality of the situation. Oh yeah, man. Also salute everybody, man. Today's show is sponsored by Foster's Barbershop. Today's show is sponsored by the one and only Foster's Barbershop. 1923 West Main Street, West Tampa, Florida. If you're in the city, go to Bookski, book you an appointment. Let them know that Coach sent you. You will get a 10% discount. Today's show is sponsored by Foster's Barbershop. Let's give Foster, our sponsor, a round of applause. R.I.P. to Foster. R.I.P. to Foster, man. My main man. R.I.P. to Foster. Anyways. Merchandise is on sale at CoachMalachi.store. You can support the channel via Cash App at True Media Today USA via Cash App, Zelle, True Media Films with the Z at Gmail. We do Apple Pay as well as Super Chats. So salute to everybody, man. Let's get into this show. Let's go ahead and knock this out. Let me show y'all this. I do hear what the critics are saying about with this Claressa Shields, with her making history. She made history, right? This is the Ring Magazine. This is our selection for top 10 fighters per weight class. This is the women's rankings, right? They have the top super middleweight person is Savannah Marshall. Savannah Marshall is looked upon as the top, right? They got Claressa Shields at 160, but she went up to heavyweight. Junior middleweight, there's nobody there. Lightweight 135, they don't have a picture here. Junior welterweight, they have what's my girl name? Her and damn, my mind went blank, dog. What's the two fighters they got? Amanda Serrano and Katie Taylor. My bad. So they got Katie Taylor at 140, she the best. They got Amanda Serrano at 126, the best. Junior featherweight, I don't know who this is right here. Now they got the flyweight, they got doggone Brandon Figueroa. No, they got not Brandon Figueroa's sister. They have Sebastian Findora's sister, right? Bantamweight, they even have atomweight. I don't know if you guys know they had atomweight. Atomweight is 102 pounds. Just imagine 102 pounds, motherfuckers fighting each other. 105 pounds, 108 pounds, 112 pounds. Now, notice there is nothing here from heavyweight. There's nothing here for heavyweight. Nothing. There's nothing up there. So what the critics are saying, let's go here. Let's go to BoxRec. Let's see what BoxRec has. BoxRec, we're going to ratings. Let's see. Let's go to female. And let's go to heavyweight. All right, let's do this. Let's close this right quick. This is BoxRec, right? Ring Magazine don't have nothing for heavyweight, right? This is the BoxRec. BoxRec, they have, now, as you can see, I click right here, I click heavy. This is heavyweight right here. Claressa Shields is the supreme champion right here. And these are the rest of the women. They all over the world. This woman right here, I think she's from Colombia. She's from Colombia. Minelis Blanco. She's 6-0. Giovanni Gonzalez, I think she's from Mexico. Jalisco, right? 1-star rating. She's 6-3-1. Number 4 ranked in the UK. She has a 1-star rating. She's 1-8-2. 1-8-2. There's another chick from the UK. She's in the top 5. Her name is Jenna Fabian. She's a 1-star rating. She's 0-0-1. 0 wins, 0 losses in the draw. So her first fight, she got a draw. This other chick in the ranked number 6, her name is Sequita Hemingway. She has a 0.5-star rating. She's 4-6. 4-6 from New Zealand. This is another chick from Hungary. Her name is Tamia Nagy. She has a 0.5-star rating. She's 3. She has a 3-3 record. Okay. This is another chick from Colombia. Her name is Celia Rosa Sierra. She's 9-7. 9 wins, 7 losses. 0.5-star rating. And she's ranked number 44, if I'm not mistaken. Maria Hunt. She's ranked number 10. She's from New Zealand. She has a 1-2-0 record. So this is the level of competition that's at the heavyweight division. Do you guys get what I'm saying? They don't even have, and Ring Magazine don't even have, what's the sister name that just fought? That's fought Claressa Shields. Who that was that Claressa Shields fought? Danielle, what was her name? Danielle something? Something Danielle? She's not even ranked on here. She's not even ranked on here. She's not even in the top 17. Why? I have no idea. Why she not ranked in the top 17? I have no idea. I'm pretty sure she better than all these girls that's on here. Now, this is Perkins, Danielle Perkins. Good looking out, G5. Good looking out, G5. So this is why they are, and this is why you don't see any rankings. You don't see nothing here for the top 10 rankings with the Ring magazine for women. There's nothing for heavyweight. There's nothing here. This ain't no shade. This ain't no disrespect to the Claressa Shields fans, but this is the reality of the situation, fam. That's the reality of the situation. Now, you can argue with that all you want. Just argue with that. Don't argue with me. That's the reality of the situation. So, it is what it is. But she made history. She made history. So we got to give her credit for that. True. You get what I'm saying? So it is. So, that is what it is. Hold on. Matter of fact, I'm going to drop the link so y'all can look at it. I want y'all thinking, that nigga lying. That ain't it. That ain't true. Man, he lying, man. I'm finna drop it right here. Don't worry about it. That's Ring magazine right there. Y'all click that one. And then you can go to BoxRec. This is the top 16 female heavyweight fighters around the world in BoxRec. There y'all go right there. Now, let's pivot over to the Mexican monster. David Benavidez, the Mexican monster. I like that fight between him and Morrell. Morrell did, he showed a hell of an account of himself. Morrell stepped up to the plate and he lost. Shout out to Big Dog Willie. Dropping that $2 super chat. He said Canelo was looking real bad ducking Benavidez. Hey, man, look here, man. Man. Well, David Benavidez done moved up. Him and Morrell done moved up to light heavyweight, so he don't have to worry about them anymore. Not saying that he did have to anyways, because he let it be known he ain't fighting either one of them.
Down from the bar, there's a platform stage. People pimping, sharp as razor blades.
Yeah, man, you get what I'm saying? So this is the reality of the situation. Shout out to everybody that's watching the show, man. We got over 400 watching between YouTube and X. But yeah, man, so anyway, back to what I was saying, right? So, as it relates to the Mexican monster, I gotta give him praise. He had a good fight, but I got some criticism as well. David Benavidez has a very entertaining style. He defensively, he's really good at blocking shots with his elbows. He picks shots off at the last second. He's good at that. Some shots it may look like he's getting hit with, but he's picking them pretty well. In this fight, he got hit with some punches that David Morrell. Normally, David Morrell knocked dudes out. He only had 11 fights. And I told you guys, I really don't know how good David Morrell is because the level of competition he's been fighting has been inferior to his skill set thus far. So it's kind of hard for me to judge how good a fighter is when he's fighting someone that's not on his level. So when you fighting a whole head cheese sandwich, you can look like a kung fu master. But then when you get in the ring with another kung fu master, then we get a chance to see that shit you were doing to the whole head cheese sandwich. Can you do that to the kung fu master? And if you can't do that, then that tells me there's levels to this. So both men have enormous chins. David Morrell have a hell of a chin because he got hit with some uppercuts. He got hit with some shots. And David Benavidez got a hell of a chin. He got hit with some shots. Both men hurt each other during that fight. Both men looked kind of dazed and wobbly at times in that fight, and they pushed through and persevered. David Benavidez got some fast hands. He got some fast hands. He's a downhill fighter. He refused to get pushed back most of the fight. Some of the fight he was getting pushed back. I just think he wore on David Morrell over time. David Morrell was not letting his hands go enough. He landed some good shots in rounds and stuff like that. He did. He did win some rounds in this fight, but it was certain times he just got in a high guard and then let David Benavidez hit him with uppercuts, hit him around the guard, knock his hand down, and then he punch him after he pull his hand. He'll pull his hand down and hit him with the straight left. He was doing that a lot to David Morrell, and David Morrell would get his hands back up, and he kept getting hit with it, uppercuts and stuff like that. And I'm like, why is he just sitting there letting him beat on him? And then after David Benavidez beat on him a little bit, then Morrell will rally back and start beating on David Benavidez. And I'm like, why he just won't pivot? Instead of sitting there in the high guard taking the punishment, pivot. He should have pivoted out. You have the better footwork than David Benavidez. So, so it is what it is. Honestly, I think, I think that probably was an 8-4 fight. 8-4. If you want to argue 7-5, okay. If you want to argue that. But I say 8-4 fight. I think it was an 8-4 fight. David Morrell, we got a chance to see a lot out of him. And David Benavidez, get credit for David Morrell. I'm going to tell you why. Because there's a lot of people, and you got some pro David Morrell YouTube channels. As a matter of fact, somebody sent me something. Hey, man, hey. Oh, man. Hold on. All right. Hold on. You get what I'm saying? So, so I sit back and, I got my main man. Hold on. I was supposed to have Steve Kim on the show. Yeah, I got to call Steve Kim. Man. That's why I forgot to call. Oh, goddamn Steve Kim. So, yeah, man, let me call my main man. I had done forgot all about that. Let me go over here and see can I pull up. I know Steve dropped the article. So, yeah, let's go ahead and do this here. Because I got to call Steve Kim. So, yeah, man. So, David Benavidez, I'm going to tell you why. If he were to fight Dimitri Bivol or Beterbiev, especially Beterbiev or Bivol, but especially Beterbiev, he's getting knocked out. I'm going to tell you why he's getting knocked out. David Benavidez, if you watch that fight, and I would call that fight, he fights very similar to his brother Jose Jr. For some reason, his lead leg locks up. When he gets hit real hard, he'll lock his lead leg up, and then when he steps forward, he locks his leg in he stiffens his leg up in a locking position. That's so he can lean back, and if he gets hit, he uses it as like a kickstand to stand up. And I'm like, why does this man keep locking his leg? So I'm looking at his legs when he's boxing, and I'm like, man, he gets off balance at times because he has poor footwork. He gets unbalanced. Like when he got knocked down, the reason why it was a balance issue was because the way his foot was placed at, right? I'm like, bro, this man locking his leg up. David Morrell can literally go around him. He went around him a couple of times, and Benavidez had to turn around and swing and awkwardly because he throws different punches at different angles. And I just say, you know what? This was a good fight, but I got to be realistic. Beterbiev, in my opinion, this is my opinion. I don't want to piss no David Benavidez fans off, but in my opinion, man, he food for Beterbiev. He is food. I'm talking about T-bone steak, Thanksgiving dinner, Christmas lunch, brunch bar, or whatever it is. I said, man, that man gonna get killed if he fight that dude. Because the shots he was getting hit with against David Morrell, Beterbiev hits harder. But not only that, Beterbiev has great footwork. He has great balance, short shots. Now, of course, David Benavidez has fast hands, but bruh, the stuff that I see that Beterbiev, even at 40 years old, would do to David Benavidez because he's heavily his footwork. He's been getting away with it thus far. But I just think at that level, man, look here, man, them two Russians up there, nah, they way better than David Morrell, bro. They way better than David Morrell. Way better. And I'm talking about footwork. I'm talking about trap counter, ring IQ, ring generalship, measuring the distance and range, feints, angles. Man, bro, I'm just, styles make fights. I'm just under the opinion that from a stylistic standpoint, if he fights either one of them, he get his first loss. If he fights Bivol gonna box circles around him. That's how I feel about it. I know Benavidez saying, I sparred Bivol, I beat him up in sparring. I sparred Triple G, I beat him up in sparring. All that sound good. All that sound good. That's what you're saying. You're saying you beat him up in sparring. We have no proof of that. That's what you're saying. However, in a real match under the lights, I don't see it. I don't see it. Yeah, I don't see it. I say the way this dude leg locking up, and he do it all the time. He did it against Caleb Plant. He did it against Demetrius. Well, he didn't really have to do it too much against Demetrius Andrade. But I'm looking. Go back and look at that fight. He kept locking that left leg up, and he got hurt a couple of times, but then he came right back. I say, man, his leg stiffens up. He got that stiff leg, and I'm like, man, you can't have that stiff leg against them dudes, because you're gonna be getting hit. You're going to be boom, boom. And listen, we know how doggone Beterbiev got them thumping punches. Boom, 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 boom. He throwing, listen, that dude, all short shots. And he has great leverage and balance. David Benavidez don't have the balance on, like he throws a lot of, he throws hip punch. He puts his weight into his punches. It's very so subtle, but he does. David Benavidez is really great at putting weight on his punches. He does put the weight behind his punches. I just feel, based on what I saw and how he normally fights, I just say, yeah, stylistically, man, he fight Beterbiev, he getting stopped. All right, hey, listen, I probably have Beterbiev in 7. Because he's the Mexican monster. He gonna test his chin and all that stuff there. I see he can take a punch. And I'm like, dude, this ain't the guy you want to be trying to test your chin with. That's just my opinion. And I'm like, damn, why he fight? He fight like his brother. Look at Jose Jr. Jose Jr. got a bullet in his leg, so he got an excuse. But I'm like, man, he fighting the way he stiffened his leg up. I'm like, bro, y'all go back and look at that, fam. Go back and look at that. That's all I'm saying. If you're a David Benavidez fan, go back and look at how he stiffened his legs up. That's all. That lead leg. That's all I'm gonna say. That's all I'm gonna say. Let's give everybody a round of applause. Anyway, let me call my main man, Steve Kim. Steve Kim is supposed. Let me call him today. He wrote an article on this. Let's give Steve Kim a call right quick. Hope he's able to. Y'all hold on.
Hello.
Hey, Steve, what's going on, brother? This Coach Malachi, man. We live on air. I just want to know, would you be able to talk?
Oh, absolutely. Let's do this.
Hey, man, look here, man. Well, listen. Backed by popular demand, we got my main man, the most hated, the villain of X, Mr. Steve Kim. Let's give him a round of applause. Yeah, let's give him a round of applause. Let everybody know you on too. Man, Steve, I just pulled up your article that you wrote on this past weekend's fight. I haven't got a chance to look at it, but I'm looking at it now. 36 minutes of hell. Great fight card. I'm not gonna lie, PBC did their thing on this card, man. I enjoyed it thoroughly. From Schoolboy Steph to Eastside Cruz, them the only fights that I saw. And I think I seen the last round of what's the dude that fight at 154? The Mexican guy. He big as fuck.
Abel Ramos.
Abel Ramos. Yeah. That guy.
Jesus Ramos. He knocked out Jason Rosario.
Yeah. Jesus Ramos. Yeah. So I saw like I saw when he stopped him, the last round of that when he stopped him. So I'm like, man, what did you think about the fight card this weekend?
It was a good, solid fight card. Top to bottom, I thought the Esau Cruz fight was going to be the best two-way action. Stephen Fulton still looked very sharp.
Yeah.
I get the sense that Brandon Figueroa died on the vine. He looked like he was moving underwater. And, Benavidez, Morrell, I thought it'd be a little bit closer, but I just did not think a guy with 11 fights was going to be able to withstand the pressure and the volume of Benavidez. And, the basis of my article, 36 Minutes of Hell, it's a play on Nolan Richardson, the old great coach from the University of Arkansas.
Yeah, I'm looking at it now.
Some great teams, with Todd Day, Lee Mayberry, the big nasty Corliss Williamson. They used to basically play a full court press, and they used to come at you all 40 minutes. They used to press you. They used to play at a fast tempo, and they called that style 40 minutes of hell. The way I look at Benavidez, he's 36 minutes of hell. Does he have some technical flaws? Is he always fundamentally perfect? Probably not. But, Coach, there has to be something to be said about a guy that just fights his ass off. And when you pay for a David Benavidez event, you never come away thinking you got shortchanged. You feel as though, man, this guy fights. Yeah. He throws his punches. He doesn't put them on layaway. He's always giving and he's taking. He's got great passion in the ring. And I think he's a really, really good watch. Me and Mario, we taped 3 Knockdown Rule earlier this morning, and we basically said it. He right now is on the current Mount Rushmore of current-day fighters that are must-see TV.
You know what, Steve? I agree. This is what I said before the fight. I picked David Benavidez to win by stoppage late because I just felt that I said, man, he's going to take this kid into deep waters. I conceded that David Morrell will win the early rounds because I felt that he had the better footwork, the more lively legs, stuff like that. And but I just thought that over time the pace will slow up. Benavidez is good at dictating pace, and he will wear him down to stop him. I was wrong about that, but I did pick them to win. So what surprised you in this fight?
What surprised me is that Morrell didn't really box and move early in the fight. And the way the first 2 rounds went, I said that does not bode well for the Cuban, because if you look at the guys that have had success on Benavidez, they were able to win early rounds and at least build up a lead. After 4 rounds, even though Benavidez got buzzed, he ran into that right hook, I still felt as though he was kind of in control. I thought he won at least 3 of the first 4 and at least 4 of the first 5. And there were times when Morrell, I thought, sat in the pocket, and I'm thinking to myself, David, you have to do more than just cover up and have the earmuffs on and catch punches, because David Benavidez throws a multitude of combinations. It's not just 2 to 4 punches. It's about 8 to 10 at times, and he keeps you perpetually on the defensive. And I tweeted out, I said, there's going to come a point in time when Morrell's going to have to punch in between or with Benavidez. And quite frankly, he never really did, or he didn't do it enough. And that's the toughest part about fighting Benavidez is, can you come out there and hurt Benavidez enough or enough times where he doesn't just consistently march you down? Because that's what's happened. And look, I give Morrell a lot of credit. For a guy in his 12th fight, I believe he fought as well as can be possibly expected at that experience level. But I think Benavidez is still a very tough out, even for Beterbiev and Bivol, because keep this in mind, he's much younger than those guys.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, he's much younger, but I'm not gonna lie, man. I got unless Beterbiev, Beterbiev, however you pronounce his name, get old overnight, I see him beating the shit out of David Benavidez. I'm gonna tell you why. David Benavidez, I was watching that fight, Steve, and his legs. He was stiffening that lead leg up. If you look at that fight, because I did a fight part and I was calling this fight. I say this man is stiffening his leg up, his lead leg up. He's stiffening it up. And when I saw it, I'm like, I guess as it went late in the fight and he was getting hit with some shots, I say, bro, he's not going. He can't. I don't see with that style him beating any one of those guys. Now he'll probably make it interesting, but I believe that Beterbiev will knock him out just based on his style. And Bivol, I just think Bivol will box him pretty well. Not saying that David won't have any success, but I don't see anything other than the stoppage against Beterbiev. I just don't.
Yeah, well, keep this in mind. That was only Benavidez' second fight at 175. I still think he has room to grow into that weight, and that was only the second fight at 175 also for David Morrell. Look, as I see Benavidez, I see a guy that throws hard punches, doesn't always do a great job of turning them over and locking them out, but he still hits hard. He's got some real velocity towards his shots. But he has not faced a guy that's going to consistently touch that chin with a lot of power. Morrell had the capabilities, but too many times I thought he stuck on the inside and it was all defense.
All defense,
And there are times, in my view, you have to make that commitment to say, I have to be first here against this guy. Benavidez is tough, though, because when you face a guy with that tenacity, that much toughness, and that much volume, I get it, Coach. On paper, he's probably the betting underdog against both those guys who rematch on February 22nd. But he doesn't know how to lose. He's 30-0.
Yeah.
He's got a lot of confidence. Here's what I hope, Coach. I hope he actually fights again this year. I mean, you look at his record, and this is one of the things that people have a very legitimate criticism of the PBC. Last year, David Benavidez, at 27 years of age, he's 28 now, fought one time. He only fought twice in 2023, which is kind of the norm. But in 2022, he only fought once. You got to get going here. I know he has 30 fights, but I get the sense that if he truly wants to be the face of boxing like he says he's going to be, he's got to do a little bit more in terms of the overall activity.
You know, of course, Benavidez has to do more. I do agree. He's not looked upon. I know he say he want to be the face of boxing, but you know, I will say he got heart. I can't hate on David Benavidez for that. He has heart. He want to fight all of the top guys. He's not ducking anybody. People were saying he ducking. He fought Demetrius Andrade. You know, some people said that Andrade would beat him because he was a slick fighter and all that stuff there. That didn't work. Caleb Plant, you saw what he wore down Caleb Plant. He has a tendency to impose his will on anyone he fights and wear him down. There was criticism that he was fighting smaller guys. Okay, cool. So now he fought light heavyweight in Gazvik, I guess Gazvik or whatever. I think that's how to pronounce his name. Then he just fought David Morrell. David Morrell moved up with David Benavidez. So, you know, he has a fan-friendly style. You know, you can't hate. I can't hate on the dude. Like, the dude is doing everything that I expect a fighter to do. Fight the top guys. He ain't ducking no smoke. And the people who his critics are still going to criticize him. The problem I had was this. I said, if he beats David Morrell, they're going to say, well, the guy only had 11 fights.
Right.
But before that, on the flip side, oh man, he's scared of David Morrell. David Morrell knocking out everybody. So, you know, which one is it?
Yeah, I give Benavidez a lot of credit because this was a no-win situation. This was a high-risk, low-reward situation for Benavidez because you're facing a very dangerous, talented southpaw with a Cuban amateur pedigree. And if you beat him, they're going to say, well, yeah, the guy didn't even have 15 fights. Mm-hmm. But then once you do beat him, it's going to be like, yeah, well, no one knew who David Morrell is. But there comes a point in time where we just have to give credit. And look, this fight really was not that close. I thought the closest you could have it was 8-4. And 8-4 being if you grew up in Havana and you were Cuban. Everyone else had it about 9-3. It probably could have been 10-2. Mm-hmm. And that's not a knock on Morrell because I think he's going to get better from this fight. But the thing with Benavidez, the only thing that I think left people kind of shaking their heads, he said after the fight, well, you know, if I fight Beterbiev Bivol, it has to be in Vegas. Because I'm a Vegas fighter and I sold out. Well, he didn't really sell out. I showed you some information.
Yeah.
It was a good crowd, but it was far from a sellout. They closed the 200 section. They actually gave away a decent amount of seats. I gave you evidence on that.
Yeah, you did.
So let's not act like you're Canelo Alvarez here. I mean, come on now. You're not even Tank Davis because Tank Davis does actually sell a lot of tickets. Tank Davis is a real ticket seller, though. Okay, so there comes a point, and me and Mario were talking about it, and Mario said, well, wait a minute. I thought this was about the bag. What happened to chasing the bag? And this is the prize fighting, not pride fighting.
Yeah.
And it's amazing to me that suddenly the goalposts move depending on who is doing either the enforcing or the ducking.
You know, that's crazy. When I heard him say that, I said, you know what? Boy, let me tell you something. Because you're in line to fight the winner of David Dimitri Bivol and Beterbiev. You were in line to fight either one of those guys. You're not even the A side to dictate where it got to be in Vegas. Dude, you're not even a draw like that. You're not a draw. So,
well, Coach, he does have a point. Look, is he a bigger name to the general casual sports fan in America?
Yes, he is.
Yeah.
He is.
Of course he is. He's American. There's a reason why he's fighting in Vegas, and he still drew a pretty good crowd. But I'm going to make this point again. He's not Oscar De La Hoya, circa 1997. We have to kind of keep that in mind. And the kicker is this. If anybody, and in this case it's Turki Al-Sheikh, is offering you significantly more to fight this guy in this venue, well, I thought this was the money game.
Yeah, well, this is the thing too, right? Who's going to put the money up? Like, if Turki Al-Sheikh put the money up, you don't dictate. That's the one who dictates, when and where this fight is going to take place. That's just reality to the situation. So, if you're saying, hey, with Turki, Canelo's over there even working with Turki. So if you're saying, well, it has to be here, it has to be there, okay, well, cool. You're not going to get those fights, and you're probably going to fight another in-house fight over there in the PBC. That's just what it's going to be. If he does that, then that tells me, my opinion, that Samson Lewis, I call him Scamson, they don't feel comfortable about that fight from a matchmaking standpoint, and they don't want to make that fight. That's how I'm looking at it. That's just how I'm looking at it.
Yeah, look, if they were a 10-1 favorite instead of, let's say, being a 2-1 underdog, it would absolutely change your thinking. It's only natural. The business of boxing really is about mitigating risk and maximizing reward. Yeah. The same fight that you would take as a 5-1 underdog, you would find a million reasons not to take for the exact same amount of money if you were a 3-1 dog. That is the art of managing. It's not sometimes about who you face. It's about who and when you avoid.
Yeah, and I understand that.
And that's the problem with Beterbiev and Bivol, is that for as brilliant as they are, and as good as they are, and I believe they're each in the top 6 pound-for-pound Ring magazine, in the United States, they're relatively anonymous figures, and they really could not headline their own show as the A side. So they could always kind of hide behind that. So think about the irony of this, Coach. What Benavidez was to Canelo, not worth the risk or the reward. Beterbiev and Bivol, at least in America, are to David Benavidez. Sometimes you're the prey. Sometimes you are the predator.
And I get that, and I do get that, because they're not known amongst the casuals here in the United States. But the United States don't run shit no more. That's over with. The days of the United States running things are over with. You have PBC fighters, top rank, Golden Boy fighters are fighting on Turki Al-Sheikh's cards. He's the one that got the money. So it is what it is. After David Morrell, now what? Because whoever puts the money up is the one that's going to dictate the terms. They're not going to be able to run that. They're not going to be able to run that my side of the street shit on Turki Al-Sheikh. That's just reality to the situation.
Well, here's the other issue. Look, PBC, like any other company, they need stars. You got to have like a marquee name that's going to anchor your company. Now, certainly Gervonta Davis is a star. No matter what anyone says, he's one of the 3 or 4 biggest ticket sellers in the United States. He does pretty good numbers.
Yeah.
So he's a pillar. David Benavidez is probably that other real pillar, since there's no more Errol Spence, there's no more Keith Thurman, or a bunch of other guys that no longer fight all that much anymore.
Charlos. No more
Charlos, right. So you've got to keep him winning.
Right.
Because there is that perception, and unfortunately in an era where guys only fight once or twice a year, one loss can be incredibly damaging. It wasn't always like that. I wish it went back to that. I don't know if we're ever going to change it, but they may not be able to afford Benavidez losing even to a caliber of fighter that we're going to see February 22nd.
Yeah, and I totally agree with that. I understand that. You know what I mean? Like, is this worth? If this worth the risk? Is this worth? Because it's a risk fucking with either Dimitri Bivol or Beterbiev. They don't give a damn about who the A side is, this and that. Like, you're gonna have to fight with those guys. Those dudes right there, they can
Right.
fight, they can box. It is what they from. I think they're Eastern European, if I'm not mistaken. They from Russia or somewhere of that sort.
Yeah, they're both basically right. I mean, think about Bivol,
Yeah.
a guy that I've covered since day one. I'm pretty good with their camp. I really like Dimitri. He beat Canelo, and Canelo still said, "Yeah, we don't need to do a rematch."
Yeah.
I mean, think about it. The guy beats you 10-2, in my view.
Yeah.
Right? And he just says that. He acts like he doesn't exist. So what does that tell you?
Yeah. You know what I mean? So I totally agree with that. He made it look pretty easy, against Canelo. I think they made a mistake picking him. So, but David Benavidez, in your opinion, did his stock go up against a 11-0 fighter?
Oh yeah, look, Morrell is good. He's not your average everyday garden variety 11-0. Okay, based on his background, this was not Danielle Perkins, who Claressa Shields fought last. It's different. Trust me. Okay. David Benavidez is one of these guys that every time he fights, you don't feel cheated.
Yeah. You
really don't. I mean, look, Shakur Stevenson's an excellent boxer. My old buddy Kerr, right? He wants to kill me still. Hopefully not.
Yeah,
anyway, the problem is there are so many times with Shakur you're like, I guess. But with David Benavidez, don't you come away like you ate a nice, good, juicy, medium rare steak?
Yeah, no diddy.
You're satisfied.
Yeah, no diddy.
You felt as though it was a good night. We had fun, drank some alcohol, blame it on the Henny, smoke a cigar. We got to see some punches. Guys got hit. And you say, David Benavidez, you're okay. I would spend money on you again.
Yeah, he has a fan-friendly style. I really do like David Benavidez's style. I don't. Okay, from what you've heard, from a criticism standpoint, what criticism have you heard about David Benavidez from what you've been hearing?
Well, that he doesn't have great power, but again, we're not talking about a guy that you can walk right through. Look, does he throw hard punches? Yes. Now, is he Bob Foster? Is he, Michael Moore at 75? No. But he makes up for it in volume. I mean, power is something you are born with. I don't think it's anything you can really teach. I've talked to a lot of trainers about it. He doesn't always turn his punches over the knuckles correctly or lock out his punches. But when you're throwing as many punches as he is with the type of volume and speed, maybe not every punch is not meant to be fundamentally perfect. But all I know is this. Every time he fights, I want to be there. I want to be there to see it. I enjoy it. He's a fiery guy. My only criticism is I wish he'd make it a point to tell his management and his promoter, hey, I fought on the first day of February, no matter who he fights the rest of the year, because we can't control that. But I would hope that he takes it upon himself at age 28 to say, guys, I want 2 more fights in 2025. Build this thing.
Yeah, but who is he going to fight in 2025? He wants 2 more fights.
Well, that's another question. Again, look, the WBC has mandated that he has their opportunity to fight the winner of the rematch on February 22nd. And I actually think with the problems he had in weight, blowing up, these long layoffs make it tougher for fighters to make weight. You keep fighters more active. I actually think you keep them healthier. They don't put on as many pounds. They don't have to cut weight as much. They don't have to spar as much. I've talked to trainers about it. I've talked to old fighters about it. I've talked to old fighters who have become trainers. I've talked to strength and conditioning coaches. Fighting often, can actually be healthier for fighters than fighting just once or twice a year.
Yeah, because they let their weight blow up, and then you got to try to. You see some of these fighters, in between fights, they weight get out of control. Then they basically having fat camps. You got to have a 12-week training camp. Which I was talking to Tommy Brooks. You remember the legendary trainer Tommy Brooks?
I remember Tommy very well. Yeah.
Tommy Brooks told me that he like 7-week training camps, 6-7 week training camps, and the other person I heard told me that was you. You told me that when your good friend, R.I.P. the great Manny Stewart, he told you that he liked 6-week training camps.
He liked 6 weeks. He never understood why you needed 8 to 10. And he just said, Steve, as long as you're ready to go and you fought within a month or two and you live a relatively disciplined lifestyle, what we are asking these young men to do, and there is no supervision like there is in other professional sports with the NBA, NFL. If you tell a young man you're going to fight in February and that you're not going to fight again till October, November, and you give these kids money a lot of fame, a lot of attention. Who can live like a monk? How many people in any facet of life have the discipline of a Bernard Hopkins, who's the most disciplined human being I've ever come across?
Man.
And so a lot of fighters nowadays, if they fight at, let's say, 147, why are we surprised that they blow up to 180? You're literally saying for 7 months, you don't have to do anything. I actually have talked to fighters about this who have retired, and they look back, and they agree with me. They're like, Steve, you're right. I wish in between those 8-9 months I didn't fight, I wish I would have taken a tune-up fight in between. It would have given me a reason. It would have forced me to go to the gym. I don't know if you could ever reverse the tide. I don't know if there's any fixing it, but that is the truth. And David Benavidez, looking at his body, he still looks like a guy that has issues the last week of the fight. Why not just give him a fight and just say, look, come back in May or June, take something. But let's not have you sit out for 3-4 months where you're doing absolutely nothing.
Is that because he's waiting on what Samson has for him, or he has limited options, or why is he? What are you hearing? Why is he not staying so active?
Well, they look. Number one, PBC has to have the budget, and a lot of this has to do with the promotional budget for every fighter.
Yeah.
And then they have to find an appropriate opponent. And so, we got to see what happens February 22nd. But look, here's what has happened, Coach. And this is not about Benavidez, but of everybody. In modern day boxing, with all these fighters having a contracted minimum where they have to get paid a certain amount, and usually it's a pretty good amount, most promoters will not give you more than what they have to per year unless that fighter in management says, hey, we'll take a tune-up fight or an in-between fight for a little bit less money and be reasonable on who we fight. There's ways to do this. But I think it is very difficult to create a star, Coach, in this era where boxing is clearly a niche sport. It may have been overtaken by UFC several years ago.
Right.
That if you are not a star already at that Canelo Alvarez level, in your mid-20s, if you're just fighting twice a year, tell me how you're ever going to elevate to that Canelo, De La Hoya, Pacquiao, Mayweather level.
That's, you know what, Stephen, that's the unrealistic viewpoint of a lot of these fighters that's fighting right now today. They're using Floyd Mayweather talking points, Oscar De La Hoya may some way say talking points. They're using old school examples and old school tactics in the new school era. Listen, like Oscar De La Hoya is not revered and loved in boxing because of his name is Oscar De La Hoya. It was what he did inside the ring that made him that. He had to earn his keep. So did Hagler.
Well,
so did Sugar Ray, Roberto Duran, James Toney, Mike McCallum, and the list goes on and on. They became who they are and were and are from a legendary standpoint. It was based on what they did. These fighters are not doing that, but some of them are claiming the fame as though they're doing that.
Well, look, De La Hoya, and I've talked about this. I wrote a story when I was at ESPN about this. After his first win over Julio Cesar Chavez, June of 1996, De La Hoya took the rest of the year off, but in 1997, as arguably the most popular fighter in the sport, De La Hoya fought 5 times. He made it happen. Yeah. You look at Mayweather, Pacquiao, Cotto. If you actually look, and I've studied this, if you look at their records after they won their first world title or two, they didn't just settle for twice a year. They actually had years where they fought more than twice because they understood the business was a little bit different, but they themselves kind of realized, like, hey, we want to be somebody. I've always thought that here's the thing with boxing. If you fight enough times in a short period of time, people that don't even like you that much will begin to at least recognize you and appreciate you. It happened to Winky Wright. Winky Wright at the turn of the century, everyone said, oh, he's stinky Winky. He's a stinking southpaw. Yeah. He's effing boring. He's a black guy from Tampa. Nobody cares. But he fought so often, and he got in where he fit in. We'd fight on ESPN here, then an undercard here, HBO here. But so over time, we kind of felt like, you know what? We know Winky. Yeah. We've seen him. He's not a bad guy. He's actually a pretty good fighter. And then when he got his shot against Trinidad, He came through, and then he started making a lot of money. But he made it happen through sheer regularity and activity.
Yeah.
We don't get that nowadays. Fighters aren't even allowed that opportunity, and it's a goddamn shame.
Yeah, I mean, like you said, it's a different era that we're in right now. But yeah, but you're right about that. Winky Wright just kept fighting. You know, some of the things that I hear about fighters like a Devin Haney or whoever, I did hear the same thing about some of the stuff about Winky Wright. Some stuff about Benavidez as well. But like you said, he just kept fighting. He got the Jermaine Taylor fights eventually. He got the Tito Trinidad. He got the Shane Mosley fights. I think he fought Shane Mosley, twice? I think he beat him twice, if I'm not mistaken.
Shane Mosley twice, right?
Yeah,
I mean,
beat him twice, yeah.
He was the guy. His first real big breakout fight was one that I thought he got a short end of the stick on a bad decision. I thought he beat Fernando Vargas.
Yeah, Fernando Vargas.
The only reason why he got
me too.
Vargas is because he was the mandatory contender. It had nothing to do with Fernando picking him. He had no choice. But think about the activity level. Look, everyone kind of hopes that Ryan Garcia, Devin Haney, Tank, Teofimo, and I guess you could add Shakur, but I'll go with those four. Those four are supposed to be the modern-day Hagler Hearns, Leonard Duran, the guys that are supposed to define an era, right? Because they're the big names, they're making money. Did you know last year, Coach, and I wrote about this in a column that's coming out for the next Ring magazine, did you know in 2024, in the prime of their lives, you know those guys together, those four fought a total of 5 times? 4 guys fought 5 times.
What you talking about?
Those four.
You talking about the Tanks, the Shakurs, Tank, the Devin Haney's? Yeah, Steve.
That's a shame.
Steve,
that's a damn shame.
I'm not gonna lie. Me and you both old school boxing fans. I get offended. I'm like, man, how in the hell you call these guys the 4 Kings? Like, okay, Steve, where did the new 4 Kings shit come from? Who came up with that title?
Well, I talk about it in this article, and basically in 2020, as those guys were all basically very highly touted prospects, people started coming up with internet memes, and they started making graphics and edits. And they look, I can understand, like, look, Barrera, Morales, Marquez, Pacquiao. They were great. And then you look at Chocolatito, Estrada, Carlos Cuadras, and Bam.
Yeah.
But they all fought each other, but they were all pretty active. Last year, these 4, given the fact they're all in their mid to late 20s, and I think Tank is now 30.
Yeah, the Tank is in his 30s now. He'll be 31
For them to only have 5 fights together as a group of 4, that is a disgrace.
See,
it really is.
See, Steve, the thing that kind of pissed me off a little bit with this 4 King bullshit, I'm like, dude, in order for you to be considered one of the 4 Kings, meaning they're comparing you to Sugar Ray Leonard, they're comparing you to Roberto Duran, you've been compared to Hagler and Hearns. You have to do what Hagler, Hearns, Roberto Duran, and Sugar Ray did. If you're not doing what they did, meaning they fought each other, they fought fights that people thought they shouldn't have fought, if you're not doing what they did, like, they didn't become the 4 Kings because a reporter was just sitting behind a desk in LA Times or whatever, and like, oh, let me just come up with some fancy names. They became that based on their work ethic inside of the ring.
There's no doubt about it. I actually call them the 4 Caps. Yeah. And so when the thing that gets me is I believe that social media is a blessing and a curse, because I hear so many times such and such does a great job of marketing and going viral with his tweets and Instagram. And I go, yeah, I guess that's right. If you're a social influencer, media, you're a boxer. There's nothing more that markets a boxer better than this, Coach. Get this. It's a novel concept. Actually fighting.
Wait, hold on. Wait a minute now. What you mean we got to fight? We don't have to fight. Right. All I have to do is come on Twitter. I'm gonna talk bad about you. It's gonna get a bunch of retweets. You get what I'm saying? And then I'm gonna have a couple of my fans on Twitter who love and follow me, some male groupies, and we gonna attack you and call you all kind of names, and you're gonna get the smoke on X. And that is pretty much where it's at right now. It's crazy to me. It's like, man, I don't see no 4 Kings. I don't see none of that shit. Like, where y'all see that? Look, I don't see it.
You look at the NBA. Why is it going through a decline in viewership in the U.S.? Easy. Part of it is that the guys do not play hard in the load management. So if you're telling me that your regular season games are not important enough for you to play, the American public will also take a cue from that and say, well, it's not important enough to watch. And if you as a young fighter do not want to put the time in to actually build a career and a fan base, the public's going to react in kind. There's a reciprocal effect. I mean, the more I see somebody, the more I can at least come to appreciate and respect what you do. But if you do it less and less, there is an old saying, out of sight, out of mind.
Out of sight, out of mind. And you're right about that. And I remember damn, it was somebody that's okay. Keith Thurman. Keith Thurman is coming back. He's having a fight in Australia. I'm gonna pivot a little bit, but follow me. He's fighting in Australia, and I'm hearing Keith Thurman talk. He speaks very eloquent, like he always do. You know, I'm Keith one time Thurman, baby. You get what I'm saying, and this and that. He's talking all fly and slick, but I'm like, Keith, you've been gone for 3 years. There's a new fan base that's in boxing right now. You got motherfuckers that just can't started watching boxing, Steve, probably about 3 years ago. They don't even know who the fuck doggone Keith Thurman is. Or 2 years ago. Dude, you've been gone so long, like you've been gone back, since the 70s when Goldie made the Mac. So I'm like, fam, you coming back like it's 2016. Yeah, baby, Keith one time Thurman. And I'm like, bro, time is gone on you. It's over with. You fighting Australia now.
More important than time. Time, we all run out of it. It's very finite. It's the most precious commodity. And even when people say, well, he's got time, if you're a fighter who's aged 26 to 28 and all you've done is fight once a year, basically, you've wasted time. Yeah. You haven't made time work for you. You've actually squandered time. People don't realize, me and you talked about it. When Julio Cesar Chavez lost his first fight to Frankie Randall in 1994, it still amazes me that Chavez's record at that time was 89-0-1. And Frankie Randall was 48-2-1. I mean, just think about that. Most careers will not be 51 fights anymore.
Well, he should have had a loss. He should have had a loss before Frankie Randall, but they called it a draw.
There's no doubt. But putting that aside, even in the year that he lost to Frankie Randall, Chavez fought 4 times that year.
Yeah.
You know how much better the game would be if every single pound-for-pound fighter would fight at least 3 times?
Oh, it'd be.
Think about it.
Steve, you're right, because on social media, boxing has its ebbs and its flows, right? So when there's a big-name fighter fighting, the level of excitement with content creators and people who call into the show, because they want to talk about the same fighters. They want to talk about Canelo. They want to talk about Tank. They want to talk about Devin Haney, Ryan Garcia, Shakur, Bud.
Coach, let me give you an example. One of the best things in a way he has done for a smaller fighter from the Far East is fight often. He could not, whatever popularity he has would not be attainable if he just went once every 7-8 months.
He fights at least twice a year, right?
Well, generally about 3. He would have fought 3 times last year if Sam Goodman didn't keep getting paper cuts on his eyelid. Yeah. And he might fight 4 times this year. Because
I spoke to Carl Moretti. He did tell me that Inoue's fighting in May. Is it March or May? I think May.
It's going to be either May or June in Las Vegas against David Picasso. Then he might fight in Saudi Arabia, and then he'll have a fight in Japan.
So this is going to be his, I want to say 4th or 5th time fighting in America. I want to say maybe 4.
Well, he fought Antonio Nieves. I was out there in Carson. Then he fought twice in Las Vegas right during the COVID era. So this will be his 4th appearance. His 4th appearance.
So, that's for those who say, well, he need to come to the USA. Well, he's been here 3 times.
Yeah.
So that's how I know they don't watch those lighter weight divisions. I know they don't. They don't watch those lighter weight divisions. They don't pay him any attention because you could tell, like, okay, he need to do this, he need to do that. Okay, well, he's doing that. He's done that.
Never mind, he's already done it.
Never mind, he's already done it. And they said as though he's never been over here, but you guys don't even watch him. Like the guy, they don't even watch him, nor do they care to. So, let's pivot a little bit. Claressa Shields. All right, I got to be real careful now because I don't want to get attacked and I don't want nobody getting attacked. Claressa Shields is, if I'm not mistaken, she's 3 times undisputed, right?
I believe so. I'll be honest with you. I didn't even watch the fight last night. I have no interest in that.
So I'm hearing, okay, man, she made history. She did this. She the GOAT, A, B, C, and D. No other fighters, female fighters done what she's done and this and that, yada, yada, yada. I get all of that. I have no issues with that. She's the GOAT, whatever. But Steve, I have to be honest. I looked at the heavyweight division. In women's boxing. The Ring magazine, when you look at the pound for pound, like who's the top people per weight division, you know, they don't have a cruiserweight division or a heavyweight division there. They have super middleweight on down. They have between super middleweight and atom weight. And when I go to BoxRec and I look at the women who are at the heavyweight division, Steve, it's bad. So, you know, some of the criticism that Claressa Shields received is, oh man, you know what, she ain't fight nobody, man. Ain't nobody really there. And she don't fault the hammer. She don't fault the hammer. She don't fault what's the girl name? Fulton Cruz. She don't fault Savannah Marshall. She don't fault what the name, Anna Gabriel or whatever the case may be. She don't fault some names. She got 16 fights, but bro, I gotta be honest, fam. Like outside of those names, especially in those higher weight divisions, there's nobody there. Like you got people in the top 10 that have 3 losses. That's 1-8. That's 4-6. That's 3-3. This is the heavyweight division. You know, you got 1 through 17. You have people that's ranked number 16 and 17 and 15 that I'm looking at. They're 0-1. So, and the girl that she fought, Danielle Perkins, she's not even ranked anywhere. You know, in was it the BoxRec? If you don't want to go for that, so be it. Or even in the ring. So I'm like, man, it ain't the level of competition is she's levels above the people who she's fighting, but it's not there. I'm not, and again, I'm not taking away what she did. She made history. I love the quote, all that stuff there. But on the flip side, dude, it ain't nothing there. Like let's be real. Like, I mean, if the best the heavyweight division has is a 42-year-old Danielle Perkins, and I know she's a decorated athlete and stuff like that. But if that's the best they have, bro, I don't know what to say. What say you?
Well, that division is thinner than olive oil on a hunger strike. There isn't a lot of talent there. And, you know, I've always thought it was interesting. Some of the same people that doubt if there's a good amount of small fighters for Inoue, well, then automatically will tell you that Claressa is the greatest based on fighting divisions where there's no more than 4 or 5 fighters, really. I've never really gotten into it. I think there's almost a guilt trip at play where people are forced to say that she's the greatest. I've never bought into it, and she doesn't like me, and I'm not a fan of hers. I don't know. Do I believe that the men's game at every division is deeper than women's boxing? Yes. I don't even think that's an opinion. I think that's a stated fact.
Yeah, that's a fact. That's a fact. Yeah.
And the other thing is, a lot of times when men have to win undisputed titles, they have to win more than just one fight. And generally that one fight, you're not fighting a 42-year-old novice. Mm-hmm. You're not. And unfortunately, there's a lot of virtue signaling that a lot of people do. There's a guilt trip, and people want to say things just so they don't get labeled as misogynistic or racist. But the truth is the truth, and I think we have to have enough guts to say it. Everything you said, Coach, let's put it this way. I don't disagree with any of it.
Yeah, I mean, that's just how I see it. That's just how I see it, fam. And it's like, man, I'm like, bro, okay, if it was a guy, because you see them do it with certain American male fighters. Well, man, you know what? Oh man, he ain't fought nobody. Yeah, he undefeated, but who he fought? Man, that was a weak division. They said that about Crawford. Man, he was in a weak division with nobody that really had 140, and he ain't do this and all. Man, that ain't nothing. I said, okay, well, if that rule applies for Crawford, why don't it apply for Claressa Shields? If that's what you want to do, like I'm not caught up in the woke shit. I'm not trying to, I want to be labeled this and that. No, man, fuck all that. I want all the smoke with that. I don't care nothing about that shit. Listen, man, the reality of the situation is it's 5 people in that division. 5. So, and the outside of Claressa Shields, the other 4 people that's under her is trash. So, now on the flip side, if it was easy, other girls would be doing it. Why other women are not doing That's probably in Claressa Shields' weight class not doing what she's doing.
She is the best of a rather weak lot. It's still going to take a decade or two to replenish, or not even replenish, to fill the talent void. It's going to look. Women's boxing has not been around for the Olympics for all that long. I think only one or two.
Yeah, and then when they did have it, they had a dude fighting as a woman.
Yeah, I don't want to get you demonetized, but yeah. But anything, I mean, it's just a different game. I do not believe that the talent is as good or as deep in women's boxing as it is in men's. If that makes me a bad person, then I'm a bad person, but it does not make me a dishonest one.
No, you can't be a bad person for telling the truth. I mean, even though in today's time, the two most hated people on the planet is the truth and the one who tells the truth. So that is true. If you tell the truth in the world of well-dressed up lies in order to make people's feelings feel good and stuff like that, then of course you looked upon as the bad guy. Look, you just got to embrace being the bad guy. Fuck it. It is what it is. Embrace being the bad guy. That just reality to the situation. You're going to piss a lot of people off, but then you're going to make a lot of people happy, just based on your stance. At the end of the day, you got to be a man and stand on your square. I do get it why some people don't, because, they in certain financial situations, they getting paid a certain amount of money and they got to do what they're told. I do get that. But at the end of the day, man, you got to tell it the way it is. And that's just the reality to the situation. What you think is next for Claressa?
Yeah, I have no idea. I'll be honest. I don't even really keep up with women's boxing, and I really don't keep up with her. It's never really interested me. I'm the wrong guy to ask for that. I don't even know if she's going to stay up there. So I can answer a lot of questions. That's not one of them.
Okay, what do you think about Cool Boy Steph and Brandon Figueroa? What did you think about that fight?
Brandon Figueroa looked like a guy that died on the vine. He looked like he was underwater. Very slow movement, very listless, very limp.
Yeah.
And I thought Stephen Fulton fought a good fight. He looked very sharp, much quicker off the trigger. And I didn't like the boos. I thought there was a lot of fans out there that were acting like that was a boring fight. My view is I don't think it's Stephen Fulton's fight that Figueroa couldn't do his part. Figueroa, he's the one that let everyone down in that fight. I thought Fulton fought and boxed very well early, got on the ropes, and he was able to fight his way off. And Fulton showed that he still has some life left, and he can make some pretty good money as a belt holder at 126.
Man, I'm not gonna lie, bro. Like his last two fights, he didn't look good. Listen,
no, he didn't.
He didn't look good.
Fight.
Yeah.
But again, one of those fights, he came off more than a year layoff. And again, I go back to that saying, activity matters. I did not understand why he was sidelined for so long after the Inoue fight.
Yeah. You make a valid point. You make a valid point. He came back off a year layoff. He didn't look well. He didn't look good in that fight. Some people thought he might have lost that fight. But this fight right here, I don't know if this was the first fight he had with Bozy Ennis. Bozy was in his corner this fight. He still had his old trainer in there too. I saw the old trainer up there as well. But I just think he got Brandon Figueroa's number. I was under the impression that I thought Brandon Figueroa was going to probably press him out, stop him late. Man, Cool Boy proved me so wrong. He bounced back from his last two performances, and his footwork was phenomenal. He was setting traps, walking Brandon into stuff. He had a little bit more pop on his punches because, the way he was feigning, the way he was slipping, the way he was catching shots, the way he was just picking Brandon Figueroa apart with them uppercuts, them hooks, then he'll spin them, pivot, stuff like that. I'm like, man, he just got this guy's number, man. He just got his number.
Yeah, and look, the first fight was actually very close. I know people that thought Figueroa may have won it.
Yeah.
But every time you face someone, you face a different version of that guy. And, getting messages during that fight, people started to use the word shot with Figueroa. He's a guy that used to really rely on his size and weight. Those guys have a way of burning out quickly because so much of that is about the weight cut. That's another guy that was not very active. Maybe he just had a bad night. But keep this in mind, when you're certain fighters, your bad night becomes a bad year because it's not like he's going to be returning to the ring in 4 to 5 months. That's just not the way it works over there.
Yeah, no, you're right about that, and this is the thing, right? He's coming in, he wasn't working behind his jab, he's slow, like you said, look like he's moving in quicksand, and then he's a taller fighter, but he crouches down and he leans forward. So I'm like, if you're going to crouch down and lean forward, at least work behind the jab, a snapping jab. Sometimes it looked like he was just pawing this punch in order to land the backhand, and I'm like, man, Cool Boy see this shit coming from I'm looking when it was close. And they was fighting on the inside, and I'm looking at Cool Boy Steph's eyes. He got his eyes open, bam, uppercut, blah, bam, left hook. Then he'll pivot, and then Figueroa is right there, and I'm like, bro, like fam, like you got to do better than that. You got to work behind the jab, snap the jab. You got to do a better job of cutting the ring off. And how do you let Cool Boy Steph beat you on the inside? Cool Boy was outboxing Brandon Figueroa on the inside. Like literally, this is the position to where Figueroa had Cool Boy at on the ropes. You say, okay, he got him where he wants him at now. Man, that shit didn't work. He would get beat on the ropes.
Yeah, that's the concerning thing, is that even when Figueroa in the second half of the fight got that fight tactically where he wanted it, he was the second best guy. I'll be honest with you, I don't want to be alarmist about it, and it is only one fight. I could be proven wrong. But he looked like a guy who's already seen his best day. And that's what happens. That's why I've always said, either the blade is being sharpened or it's being dulled. There really is no in between in this.
Yeah, it's not. It's not. To be fair, Brandon Figueroa there's nothing special about him. I'm just being honest with you, man. Like, there's nothing special about him. There's no, that's Brandon Figueroa. He's just a typical flat-footed. He's a Mexican-American fighter, if I'm not mistaken. Just a typical flat-footed Mexican-American fighter. He just plows forward. He don't know how to work behind the jab. He just want to get in there, go on the inside and bang and all that stuff there. He don't really have no skills to me. He switched southpaw, but he doesn't have elite level skills. There's nothing hellified about him. He has a work rate. And I picked him to beat Cool Boy. I just want to throw that out there. But that was pretty much based on Cool Boy Steph's last two fights. But this fight right here, man, he looked sharp. He looked good. He came in there with some Timberland boots. They wasn't really boots, but they was in the boxing shoes, but Tim's, and he had the boxing trunks that looked like cutoff shorts. Typical Philly. And I loved his performance, fam. I really did. I can't lie, man. He looked real good to me.
Yeah, and with that belt now, and again, I don't know if PBC is going to be able to work out or be willing to do unification bouts and farm him out. I mean, I give Fulton credit. He's one of the few guys that raised his hand and said to Al Heyman, Al, I want to make this money here. Let me go to Japan to face Inoue. But again, and I think that's another fighter. He's not old, but again, I would really hope for him that this is not his only fight of the year. Because then at that point, you've won something, and you've got to be able to capitalize and parlay on it. You cannot make money in this game by not fighting. It doesn't work that way. So we'll see. It'll be interesting to see of all those fighters that fought on Saturday night, how many more times will they fight in 2025?
That's a great question. I want to go to one more guy, Isak Cruz, fan-friendly style. He pretty much fights the same way. He's short in stature, but boy, Lord have mercy, Steve, the man throwing bolos, the man throwing all types of bolo punches, wide left hooks, wide right hooks, overhand rights, bolo punches underneath. Now, there's something that he did this fight that he shocked me. My criticism of Isak Cruz, I know he don't have any footwork really, but I'm like, he doesn't work behind the jab. This fight, Steve, he threw a couple of jabs. He threw 1-2 punches down the pipe, shocked the hell out of me. I was like, damn, Pitbull is throwing jabs. What say you about that fight?
Well, he had a really good opponent. It's certainly a lot better fit in terms of his style than Rayo Valenzuela, who's a tall, angular southpaw that used a lot of movement, worked on the outside. Yeah, look, there's a certain level that Isak is going to be successful. And when you fight guys like Fierro, who, you're not going to have a problem finding, he's going to look good. He's a very useful guy in a sense that he throws punches, He's a hard-nosed guy.
Yeah.
He's going to have issues with size because he's built like a fire hydrant.
Yeah.
But generally, he gives you a pretty good show, and I don't think he's meant to really be an elite fighter. And I don't know if he's really a 140-pounder either. He looks more like a lightweight to me still.
Yeah.
But I do wonder, though, he dropped out of the race for the Ryan Garcia fight, which I assume paid well. I mean, I would have said, look, if I win the fight, I'll take that fight. But maybe he didn't really want that fight after all, given the size differential. But I like Isak Cruz. I know what he is. He's a fun, hard-nosed, limited fighter.
Yeah.
Fits in well with a lot of guys, but we all know his limitations.
Steve, I totally agree. Like, I don't want to get too overboard with it. Yeah, you saw what Pitbull did, and that means he'll do it to Ryan, he'll do it to Devin, he'll do it to all these other guys. No, you got to have the right opponent in front of him, another flat-footed guy that's going to sit right in front of him, and that's going to be perfectly tailor-made for his style. You can always put Isak Cruz on the fight card, on the undercard, and give him the type of fighter that he needs in order to make him look good and shine the best, and that's always going to be a crowd pleaser. If you put him in there with a fighter who got some footwork, let's say like a Cool Boy Stealth, or even though Cool Boy Stealth is in a smaller division, but just someone who has some type of footwork, up in this area where he's fighting at, he in trouble because he telegraphs his punches, he loads up on his shots. Now that little motherfucker hit hard. Now if he land, Steve, this what shot me in that fight. He fought on what the dude name was? I forgot the dude name. Fierro.
Angel Fierro.
Yeah, Fierro, right? And I think his name means iron in Spanish. That dude was getting hit on the jaw and on the chin clean. Bro, was you surprised he went? They went 10 rounds?
Yeah. Well, Fierro has that Mexican chin. I mean, the toughness. But Isak is a heavy-handed guy. I don't know if he's really a great puncher.
Yeah.
But I mean.
Man.
Look, Isak can hit you to get your attention, although he did rock Rolly Romero. That was pretty funny.
Oh, that was fun. Yeah, I enjoyed that.
But, look, Fierro's a tough guy. I mean, he's durable. Mexicans are known for their toughness, and he certainly showed it there. But, I thought the second half of the fight got kind of close, but I still thought Isak won that fight.
Yeah. Yeah, I ain't gonna lie, man. I was like, man, this little motherfucker, he look like a Tasmanian devil, bro. I'm like, man,
Yeah.
Hey, Steve, he got the baby face. He the baby face assassin, but then when you put him in that ring, he reminded me of Clubber Lang, Rocky 3. Listen, Steve, my favorite Rocky. Well, that and Rocky 4 and the first Rocky. Listen, Rocky 3. Clubber Lang, you remember he was throwing all them wide punches, all them haymakers. Every punch was a home run punch. Pitbull kind of remind me of that. The man throwing all bombs. Every punch is a knockout punch. I went back and listened to some of the commentary after the fight. They said Isak Cruz landed like 53% or 54% of his power punches. I said, yeah, that's because he only throws power punches. What?
Yeah, look, he is what he is. He's a windmill, but I he's a fun guy, and he's gonna make some money.
Yeah.
But we kind of know, like, I still think he needs to be at 35, though. Let's just put it that way.
Yeah. So if he go back down to 35, he probably feel comfortable at 140. He probably doesn't have to. It's probably not a brutal weight cut to get down to 135. Who knows? Because this would get me. Would you say that Isak is smaller than Tank?
Yeah, I mean, they're about kind of well, look, he was one of the few guys that looked a little bit shorter than Tank.
Right. Okay, yeah, so he's shorter than Tank.
With that.
He's shorter than Tank. So, what's the argument that say, okay, Tank don't want to move up to 140 because 140 is too big for him? But Isak Cruz.
I don't really know. Look, Tank's going to fight who he fights.
Yeah.
I think fans have got to kind of get over this anger.
I agree.
I don't really think about it much. I really don't. I'm at the stage of my life. Whoever you fight, and I'll write about it. I don't spend too much mental energy or focus on it. I got better things in my life to think about. If Tank Davis is going to fight or not, I'll be honest with you. I'm kind of bored by the whole thing at this point.
Yeah.
So it is what it is. If he fights, whoever he fights, he fights. That's just like my job is not to be the commissioner of boxing. I just cover what takes place.
Man, I'm not gonna lie to you, man. Like I really enjoyed this card. This is probably one of the best PBC cards I've seen in a long time. I don't know what the Tank Lamont Roach fight gonna look like from a, I got to sit back and see what's on the card and stuff like that. I know I didn't do a fight party for his fight last year because I'm like, man, I'm kind of like protesting that shit. I ain't paying for that shit, and then I didn't throw a fight party for neither Canelo fights neither last year. I didn't buy the pay-per-view or any of that. So, I'm like picking and choosing what I want to do from this point forward. I've always supported the sport financially, but I'm like, dude, if y'all want to milk the cow, then goddamn it, I'm gonna milk the cow too. So that's just my position right now. What say you about what else? But before you go, Steve, what else did you want to see happen later on this year in the state of Boston? Are you excited about it? Or
think about it. It's nothing. Look, I'm at the stage of my life. Whatever fights there are, and I talk about it. I don't, it is what it is. I mean, whatever fights are coming up, until I get a job at actually making the fights, I don't really concern myself with that anymore. I think all these fans waste a lot of energy, and they start. I don't want to be always cynical about it. Whatever fights you make, those are the ones I'll watch, and whatever happens, I'll talk about it. That's it.
Man, all right, man, Steve. Listen, you had my guy on there. What's the guy from HBO that you interviewed?
Oh, Jim Lampley.
Man, oh my bro, let me tell you something. That dude right there, I love those interviews you do with Jim Lampley. I love hearing his boxing knowledge is damn near second to none. He's very, very, he has a great memory for some of the conversations that you guys have on there. How much do you enjoy interviewing Jim Lampley? You and Marlon?
Yeah, look, he's a very knowledgeable guy. I've known him for years, and so, he was covering the fight. So, yeah, look, I just do the gig at this point.
All right, man. But listen, man, Steve, man, let everybody know. I just dropped your article in the chat. The 3 knockdown, not the 3 knockdown rule, but you did 36 minutes. What was it? 36 minutes of action. What it was? Yeah, 36 minutes of hell. 36 minutes of hell. I just dropped the link down there. You guys, let me drop it again so you guys can read this article. It's a good read. I always like your boxing knowledge, just your assessment of it. Let people know how to get in contact with you if they want to threaten you on X or send you some gun emojis. How can they go about doing that?
Yeah, look, I'm on Steve Kim 323 on X and Twitter. Steve Kim Orale on Instagram, and tomorrow. The 3 knockdown rule will come out, me and Mario, with the full review of what happened this weekend.
All right, man, Steve, man, thank you so much, brother. I really appreciate you, man. All right, salute. Let's give Steve Kim a round of applause. Yeah, man. I'm finna drop them phone lines. PD Russell, what's going on, fam? PD Russell, what's going on? Salute. Shout out to PD, man. I'm finna drop these phone lines, man. Great interview as always with my main man, Steve Kim. Much love. Let me go ahead and take his name off of here. Bam, ta-dow. Let's read the super chats. I read Big Dog Willie. I read that one there earlier. Shout out to Javier Logan for dropping that quarter of a bam dub on your boy.
Hey, Leroy!
Super chat received.
Playtime's over, boy.
What to say, fam? He say the show is fire as usual. He says, that being said, Beterbiev puts Benavidez on the t-shirt and Bivol severely outboxes Benavidez. I don't think he's ready, coach. Well, you know what? They got to get in the ring and fight. You get what I'm saying? So, that's going to tell the story. I believe that, both of them will beat him, but I won't say that he's not ready. He's ready to get in the ring with them, but will him getting in the ring, of course, will he be victorious? That's a whole nother ball game. I sit back and look at it, break it down from a stylistic standpoint, and I look at everything. Like I look at, their tendencies. David Benavidez pretty much fights pretty much damn near the same way. He puts a little wrinkles here and there, but for the most part, he pretty much fights the same way, imposes his size and will on other people, and fast hands once he gets in range. He has lightning quick, fast hands. I just think from a stylistic standpoint, that's, you ain't got to look for him. He's going to be right there. You ain't got to look for him. And I just think that someone like he's not the boxer that Bivol is. He doesn't have the footwork or the legs that someone like a Bivol or Beterbiev have, and the way they take that half circle, that half move to the right or that half move to the left, and they circle the way he set it up, and they fight the mid-range, and they're really good at throwing punches in between your punches and great body punches. Like David Benavidez is a great body puncher. Okay, but doggone David Beterbiev is an excellent body puncher. And he got them thumping shots, bro. And he's a mid-range fighter. And David Benavidez is a mid-range fighter. And I think when it comes down to overall power and strength, if it comes to that, footwork, agility, durability, David Benavidez is a durable fighter. He doesn't have the footwork, but he is durable. He is tough. And personally, I like Beterbiev's style a lot better. And I just think that from a punching standpoint, that motherfucker there, it can crack. You know, his feint game is good. He can take a punch. He can give it as well. He changes levels in his shots, just like Benavidez, different levels. He's not going to sit there, not high guard, and let you punch through the guard. He ain't doing that. He ain't going to be like, okay, while you punching and doing this and doing that, he going to get up out of there, reset, then come back and boom, boom, boom. You get what I'm saying? Bro, like, I love the way Beterbiev throws punches. He's never out of position. He has great leverage. So he never loads up on shots. It's okay, bap, bap, turn, bap, bap, bap. Okay, go to the weak side, bap, bap, bap. You get what I'm saying? It's that. It's perfect timing and precision. You get what I'm saying? So yeah, I love it. You know what I mean? Stylistically. Shout out to Nebraska Raj. Hey, okay. Dropping that quarter of a bam dub on your boy.
Hey, Leroy.
Super chat received.
Playtime's over, boy.
What did say, Raj? He said, greetings from the mean street of North Omaha, Nebraska. North Omaha, stand up. I think it's a little bit warmer now.
Down from the bar, there's a platform stage. People pimping, sharp as razor blades.
Yeah, I'm right. Listen. Beterbiev and Bivol are, to me, they next level. It's Beterbiev and then Bivol. That's next level. That's the next level at light heavyweight. I don't see anything under them that's going to beat them. That's just me. Now, of course, just because I don't see it doesn't mean that I don't want to see it. I want to see these other guys get in the ring and fight them, whoever win this fight. There may be a rubber match. If Bivol win, there may be a rubber match. I don't know. But however, I want to see Benavidez get in there. You said you want to become undisputed. I don't want him saying that, hey, it has to be in Vegas and all that stuff there. I mean, that's fine. I don't give a damn where it's at. But my point is this here. I don't want him to use that as an excuse not to fight Bivol. Well, man, the fight ain't going to be in Vegas. Because, you know, y'all gave up a lot of tickets. I have the proof. I had the receipts right here. I had the receipts on my phone. Steve Kim sent it to me. I had the receipts on what was given out, how many tickets that the military got, how many other tickets that other people got, stuff like that. So you get what I'm saying? So, and then I think he said the second row, I think the second level was blocked off in the fight. There was a certain section in the second level was blocked off in the fight. So we know what it is. We know what it is. But however, David Benavidez is a great fighter. I love his style. There's really nothing for me to hate on. You can't hate on David Benavidez. He's doing everything that some of your favorite fighters refuse to do. You get what I'm saying? It is what it is, man. Phone lines. Let's get ready to open up these phone lines. Phone lines open. Matter of fact, let's do this here. Phone lines open.
You want to talk some shit? Call me. Start some shit, bitch.
Sup, fool? You gonna talk shit about me, homie? Where you from?
Hundreds of niggas is waiting for your motherfucking call, and they all talking shit about you right now.
Call the coach at 530-494-9636. We waiting on your bitch ass. Phone lines open, man. 530-494-9636. 530-494-9636. We take threats on Mondays, drop the addies. Any fights you want to threaten me, tell me not to come to. Caller, hold on. Anybody that say, hey, man, you want to send me some gun emojis, you can send them to me. I have like 7 different email addresses you can send gun emojis to. You can also send me a gun emoji in the chat. You can also call me, disguise your voice, use a block number, and just to threaten me and try to sound tough if that's what you want to do. We're here for that. I will answer the phone. Caller, what's your name? Where you calling from?
Jamie from New York.
Jamie from New York. Talk to me.
Coach, how you doing, man?
I'm doing good.
Good to hear, bro. Saturday night, it was a great, boxing evening for all the fans. I loved it. Every fight was intriguing. The Pitbull fight was a war. Very entertaining. He did throw some jabs. That's true. I thought of you when I saw it, Coach.
What happened?
Yeah.
What happened?
The Cool Boy, man, bro. Cool Boy, man. Bro. That was a spectacular win, man. The way he came back, bro.
Mm-hmm.
He looked so good in that win. I'm proud of him. I hope he goes far in this game. I don't know about Figueroa. He seems weight drained to me. It seems like his punches had no pop, and he wasn't really throwing, man. But listen, Cool Boy, all the credit to him. He beat that boy, bro, from pillar to post. I had him winning 11-1, Coach. How did you have that fight?
Yeah. I found it very hard pressed to get Figueroa around. He might have won one round, maybe two, if you feel like giving out charity. But yeah, that's about it. He got smoked. Yeah, I didn't. Yeah.
Bro, he got I gave him. I think it was the second round. I gave him. But other than that, man, he didn't do shit, bro. But Cool Boy again, bro, you did your thing, man. Congratulations. Benavidez, great fight. Morrell showed up. He looked good in that loss. You can't take nothing away from him. Now, I hear Benavidez is going to get a shot at the winner of Bivol and Beterbiev. I got him losing to both fighters. I don't care who wins that fight, but he wants his opportunity. He's hungry. Again, I'm happy for him. Yeah. He's kicking ass. This is what we need in the sport. And, man, what else can I say, Coach? It was a great event, man. I loved it. And Shields, she did her thing, too. I watched the highlights. I didn't watch both fights, to be honest with you. But, hey, man, that woman in front of her looked kind of big. You know?
She was big, but she was slow, and she was 42 years old as well. So, she only had like 5 fights. Right.
That makes sense.
She played basketball. Let's just be. She had no business really in the ring with Shields like that outside of her size. Heavyweight. That just too much hand speed. Stuff like that, and that's what it was. There's really nothing there, and not taking anything away from Shields. She made history, but.
Yeah,
bro, like we just can't ignore.
I know it's tough.
All of it. We can't ignore. We can't ignore the elephant in the room. That's all.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah. All right, Coach. Respect from New York, man. That's all right,
salute, fam. Yeah, we can't ignore the elephant in the room. Shit, nigga, listen. Hey, look here. That's like me. I don't want the elementary school. I don't want to the 5th grade. I knocked out a couple of 5th graders. Now I'm the champ. I'm undisputed. Yeah, you undisputed, dog, but you knocked out some 5th graders. That ain't the point. It don't matter. It don't matter whether they were 5th graders or not. I knocked them out. I'm undisputed. Yeah, you is undisputed. Now I can't take that from you, dog. But ain't no but. Hey, caller, what's your name? Where you calling from?
What's going on? Is Rob from New York.
Rod, talk to me.
Coach, what you thought about the fight this Saturday?
Which fight? Those few of them.
Benavidez, Morrell. Were you excited?
Yeah. I thought it was a good fight. Yeah, I thought it was a good fight. I liked it.
Yeah, I mean, we haven't had a battle like that in a while, so glad that we got to enjoy it. What kills me is the fact that there's those fans. I'm not gonna name names, but they seem to keep moving the goalposts. They're just not happy with anything that you can do. And for 2 years, we were getting this guy's ducking, or he's ducking. He don't want to fight him.
Yeah.
He's scared of the Cuban. He only had 11 fights.
Yeah.
This guy had no.
Yeah.
Look, he got hurt by a guy that's only 11 fights in. Like, well, so what else? Oh, you're not gonna beat any of the 2 Russians anyway. It's like, yeah, I have the same opinion as well. Like, I think Bivol and Beterbiev have much of the edge over Benavidez, but at the end of the day, I still want to watch the fight.
Absolutely.
But it's so disingenuous that there's a fan base that, in order to protect their fighter, they just have to push that other person down. It's like, when you're hanging out with that friend that as soon as the girl comes, he tries to shit on you.
He started hating.
To make himself look
good.
He
started hating. Yeah. Yeah, he was at.
That's exactly how it is.
He was at Renee's house last night. Oh, he ain't what you think he is. He a dog. He gonna cheat. He cheated on his last 5 girls. Yeah, he lay like that. Yeah.
Nah, Coach, but I'm glad you enjoyed the fight. glad you was able to kind of have opinion on it, but that's my call, Coach.
All right, salute, fam. Yeah, I enjoyed that fight, man. Yeah, I enjoyed that fight. I can't even front, fam. I enjoyed that fight. Hold on, somebody sit me, man. Hold on, man. My man, Coach Eddie sent me something. So Coach Eddie sent, hold on. Hey, listen, man, somebody sent me a video. Who that was sent me a video? Somebody sent me a video, bro, of doggone, who that was? I think it was Coach Eddie sent me a video. Niggas over there, H-Money and them. Somebody sent me a video, H-Money. He was going on, snapping because Morrell lost. Yeah, you know, David Morrell, Carl, hold on. And if you don't like David Morrell, you're the bitch ass nigga. You know, we dropped David Benavidez. We dropped him, knocked him down. We whooped him. You know, bro, he was talking about what we did. And, dude, you literally live at a home with your mama in the basement. And you talking about what we did and all this stuff there. I say, damn, he is so emotional about David Morrell. The only David Morrell fan I know. Carla, what's your name? Where you calling from?
What's up, Coach? It's Darren from Florida.
Darren, talk to me.
Yeah, that was a good fight, man. But yeah, that shit was funny. But I played as a nigga ate money, so I told the fuck out of him he lost, bro.
He funny, man.
I swear to God, but he was hot. But I was the only one, multiple people spamming his shit, but so he shut off his channel.
Oh, they shut the channel off?
That shit was funny, though. Yeah, he had to shut it down because soon he lost. Cause I was watching this shit, and there was a lot of people. They were posting that shit flag. You know how they were talking to get the flag?
Yeah,
they were spamming the fucking his shit. So he stopped it. So, but yeah, that was a good fight though, Coach. I ain't gonna lie. But I say the knockdown, Coach, I seen the replay. You know, Morrell, he hit him in the shoulder.
Yeah, he did.
He tripped on his foot. I ain't see his Benavidez in the face though. You see me? But yeah, Coach. And another one too. Hey, I ain't gonna lie, Coach. I'm gonna have to disagree with you on the Benavidez and Beterbiev. I think stylistically Beterbiev too small for Benavidez. I feel like Beterbiev chin has been tested. I mean, Bill ain't punch like Benavidez, so. What happened Beterbiev get hit? What happened Benavidez throw combination at his own face? How he gonna react? You feel me? And I feel like he's smaller than Morrell. Morrell's big and solid. Beterbiev a little smaller, and he's 4 years old. And I can't. I can't wait to see that. I can't wait to see that fight. I hope like hell that David Benavidez, he's the number one contender. So whoever win this fight, I hope David Benavidez keep true on his promise and fight. Cool, I think Benavidez stop Beterbiev. I ain't gonna lie. Beterbiev good though, but I think Beterbiev to stop him because I just feel like the matchup, he's just too small, man. I think Benavidez gonna wear him down, throw them combinations. I think he's gonna test his chin too. I was talking about David's chin, but what about Beterbie's chin? Can his chin take his punches? That's what I'm trying to see. So if he can't take Benavidez punches, he can get down early too. That's how I see it, you feel me? So yeah, that's my call. I got Benavidez stopping him too.
All right, salute, fam. All right. Hey man, Derek say Beterbiev is too small for Benavidez, and he got Benavidez stopping Beterbiev. So, I hope like hell, Lord, please, I'm gonna pray to the boxing gods, please, Lord, if Beterbiev were to win, or Bivol, either or. But if Beterbiev were to win, or whoever win this fight, please let David Benavidez, I don't know, you the number one guy. I don't want to hear nothing about, you the number one guy now. I don't want to hear nothing about, I'm going to turn down my opportunity to fight for Undisputed because it's not in Vegas, or, I want to stay loyal to the PBC. I don't want to fight for more money than I've ever made to fight this guy there. It has to be like this and that. Yeah, I don't, because I'm going to look at all that as duck language. I'm telling you right now, I'm looking at all that as duck language. Right now, you're the number one guy. I don't care where you fight him at. And guess what? Turk Odyssey going to be the one putting the money up. You better listen. I hope that David Benavidez is just as confident as Derek from Florida just called here. Derek just called here, and he's very confident. I hope David Benavidez is just as confident. Now, I know he said that I'm next, I'm going to fight. Matter of fact, hold on, let's go right here. Yeah, I ain't going to lie, bro. I feel the total opposite. I feel the total opposite of that. The total opposite. Matter of fact, let's go to the news. That make me want to see the fight. That make me want to see the fight even more now, to be fair. Like, Lord, please, let this fight go down, Lord. Lord, I want to see this fight, Lord. LAWD, Lord, I want to see this fight, LAWD, oh, Lord, please. Yeah, Lord, Lord, please let the Mexican Monster, and we gonna find out how much of a monster he is. Please, Lord, let the Mexican Monster fight the winner of Beterbiev. I don't want to hear no duck language. I don't want to hear nothing about, listen, I don't want to hear nothing about, well, I got to talk to my team first, and, my wife pregnant, or, I'm trying to get in contact with Al. I got to wait on Al. Well, Samson is working on it. I don't want to hear none of that. All I want to hear is, okay, you got him next. True. Yeah, I don't want to hear nothing. I'm telling you, bro. I'm telling you. You know what I mean? Listen, if you want to take my money, this how you get Coach Malachi money. When David Benavidez, if he activate his mandatory and fight the winner of Bivol and Beterbiev, that's where you're gonna catch me right there. I'm telling you. I'm taking all bets. You're gonna catch me right there. True. You can crack my head wide open. You can split my head to the white meat. Yeah, you can split my head to the white meat, no Diddy, on that fight right there. Either guy. I don't care who it is, either guy. But definitely if it's Beterbiev. Carla, what's your name? Where you calling from?
Martin from Oakland.
Martin from Oakland, talk to me.
Yeah, Coach. Could you see one of these guys maybe, going back down to 168? Because now, with obviously Munguia getting his ass kicked, that doesn't do anything for anybody. But, another Berlanga, got a little bit of hype behind him. And, I think 168 is more cracking now than it was when Benavidez was the world champion there, and maybe get some fan-friendly fights where they might not be able to get those at 175. I think 175 is just too strong and too skilled for them, especially, as long as, Beterbiev and Bivol are, fighting to see who's the king of that weight class. What do you think?
Well, we ought to know who the king of the weight class is. It's Beterbiev. Beterbiev beat Bivol, and he's the undisputed champion. Now, if they fight again, if Bivol were to win, then he's the undisputed champion. They may have a rubber match. I'm not going to lie. I want to see David Benavidez. He's the Mexican monster. He's big. He's ready. He's ready for Beterbiev and Bivol. He's ready for either one of those fighters. He's ready. I don't see neither one of them moving back down to 168. David Benavidez can't make 168 anymore, and I don't see Morrell moving back down neither. So, no, I think they're good. It was two top fighters fighting each other. I think they're good. I want to see what they look like with the rest fighting the other guys in that weight division.
Yeah, but them some bad boys. Because it's like you said it. I could see Beterbiev stopping Benavidez, and I could see Bivol, who I was never that impressed on. I could see him dancing circles around Benavidez. So it's like pick your poison. You want to make it a short night, or you want to drag out this ass whooping. I don't think he's got a prayer beating either one of them. So I think he might just be a little bit safer if he drops down.
He's not going to drop back down. But shout out to Martin, man. Salute, fam. No, he's not going to drop back down. No, he's not. Listen. You can't be called the Mexican monster and looking for safety. You can't. He'll be a safer moving there. No, he's talking about even moving up to fight Zerto. So, David Benavidez is a big guy. He's going to be at cruiserweight probably soon. He talking about moving up. I wouldn't be surprised if he don't fight. I wouldn't be surprised if he don't fight neither one of those guys that just move straight up to fight Zerto. He may say, oh, well, you know what? We can't. If it ain't gonna be in Vegas, then I ain't taking the fight. I'm gonna move up to fight Zerto. I wouldn't be surprised if I see him do that. He fights Zerto. Hold on. I don't know about that one either, man. I don't know about that one either. But he the monster. If you can't be called the Mexican monster, we looking for safer routes for you. No, once you called the monster, there is no safe routes. Monsters want all the smoke. Godzilla didn't look for the safe route. King Kong didn't look for the safe route. Mothra didn't look for the safe route. Gamera didn't look for the safe route. Optimus Prime and Megatron, they didn't look for the safe route. You can't be called a Mexican monster. Well, we got to move back down, dog. It might be a little bit safer down there. No, ain't no such thing as monsters looking for safety. True. I ain't never heard of no monster looking for no safety. No, Carla, what's your name? Where you calling from?
Hey, what up, Coach? This is Coach Eddie from ATL.
Coach Eddie, talk to me.
Hey, man. Hey, first of all, shout out to your brother, man. You called a fight, man. That was classic, bro. You did a great, phenomenal job, man, calling that fight, man.
Man, I appreciate that,
second of all, yes, sir. Like a polished vet, man. like I say, brother, at the end of the day, man, I really enjoyed the fight, man. It was a good fight, man. You know, I could definitely see those guys rematching in probably about a year, about 2 or 3 years from now. Because both of them young. They're young enough to run it back.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And I think David Benavidez, Canelo should have did what David did. Canelo should have fought David before David got good. Go ahead and deal with him while he's young.
Yeah.
Well, you ain't got to deal with him when he get good. He messed up. But it is what it is. I think David is in a tough spot because, like I say, he's right there that going to get that upper echelon of light heavyweight. He's talking about going to cruiserweight. He fight overtired. He going to sleep. It is what it is. He fight him. I don't care. Anybody want to bet the old coach? He fight Jai Abataia. He is going to sleep. You know, if and the buzz about it. And Zerto, I think he had a problem with Zerto. I think Zerto, I give him the edge in that fight. I think it's a lot of smoke at 175. Those guys are getting a little bit older. Yeah. Most of those guys there are like 32, 34, 36. You got the Callum Smith. You got the Anthony Yards. You got the Joshua Boasi. Yeah. But most of the smoke for the 175 is over there in Riyadh season. So he's going to have to play ball, coach. Yeah. Ain't no smoke at 175 over in the United States. So what are you going to do?
I mean, he got a barbecue a meal due. And the thing is if money's not an issue and you're supposed to be a prize fighter, I don't want to hear that shit about, I got to be loyal. Nigga, please, you finna make more money than you ever made in one fight, fighting on this card. Man, you better go get that goddamn money. And if you are as good as you say you is, then we'll see. Again, I'm not here to argue or debate anyone's opinion. My thing is, you know, right now, David Benavidez is the number one contender to fight the winner of Dimitri Bivol or Beterbiev. What I want to see is after that fight happens later on, that's later on this month, right? I think they fight this month. What I want to see happen, let me look and see. I think it's this month. That fight is February 22nd. What I want to see happen immediately after that, I want to say, okay, we should be hearing that David Benavidez is going to be fighting either Bivol or Beterbiev later on this year. That's what I want to hear. Anything, that's what I want to hear. Because it's not going to be any politics with Bivol. It's not going to be any politics with Beterbiev. They want all the smoke. I think that's obvious. If Benavidez want all the smoke, I don't want to hear, well, I got to talk to my team. I got to call Al Heyman. I got to talk to my baby mama. My sister doing the Mexican cha-cha slide. I got to go holler at my uncle in Phoenix. I don't want to hear none of that. I don't want to hear well, it got to be in Vegas. And if it ain't in Vegas and I ain't worried about it, I don't want to hear none of that. You supposed to be the monster. We need to see you. Because you got fans that's calling this show saying that you will stop Beterbiev and you will beat Bivol. We need to see that. We need to see that.
Hey, and I'm gonna keep it 100, right? When they asked him that question, there was a slight hesitation there. He didn't have that same energy like he had for Canelo. He was, I need to go home. I need to rest. You know, I want to spend time with my family. When they started doing that, that's like a little second guess. I don't really think he really wants that fight. But he wanted, but you know, I don't know. It was a little hesitation there. And one more quick point. I went back and watched that fight. Man, turn the commentary off, please. You're gonna see a totally different fight. I mean, one judge had it like 8 rounds before. I found 5 rounds I can gauge to Morrell arguably. You can argue a 7-5. It was a really good fight, and I've seen when Morrell buckled David a few times. So I'm like, dang, he getting get hit from like Beterbiev. He might be down, you know what I'm saying? Cause, I mean, Morrell landed a nice, thick right hook, man. I mean, that dude did the spaghetti leg. But shout out to David that he has a chin, he got a heart, he came right back. I think one more point, I'm gonna be done, coach. I think David Benavidez got David Morrell to fight his fight, to try to fight him instead of boxing.
Yeah.
You know, I think they got into that machismo. Hey, my nuts are bigger than your nuts.
Yeah.
Let's plant our flag and let's bang it out. I think David Morrell kind of fought a dumb fight at times because he really tried to show David that he wasn't the monster. I mean, he was sitting there taking shots that he shouldn't have been taking, hands down, sticking his chin out, showboating and all that stuff. Like, come on, man, you ain't hurt me, but it cost him the fight at the end of the day. But that's my call, coach.
All right, salute, fam. Let's go over here. I want to show y'all something. Hey, shout out to D Hall. Okay. Dropping that $2 super chat. Salute to you, fam. Shout out to D Hall. He said, I will pick Bivol because Bivol beat Canelo. When I beat Bivol, that'll make my case. Okay, all right. So he's talking about this. All right, cool. So let's go right here. I want to show y'all this here. David Benavidez eyes Bivol Beterbiev winner. He said he want to unify all of the belts. David El Monstro Benavidez continued his rise to the top with a bruising unanimous decision victory over Cuba's Morrell on Saturday night at the T-Mobile Arena. Let's get all the way down here. David Benavidez says, this is the Mexican Monster's world. He says, shout out to Morrell. I knew he'd be tough, and that's why I prepared so hard for this fight. I'm happy we were able to give the fans a great show tonight, and that they did. True. With both fighters promising fireworks throughout the promotion, Benavidez is 30-0, 24 KOs, and Morrell is 11-1 with 9 KOs, backed up their words from the jump. Let's go right here. Let's get down here. He said that, let me see, let's go right here now. I want to get to, they talked about CompuBox numbers. Let's see. He said he wasn't surprised. David Morrell. Okay, let's see. After applauding Morrell's efforts, Benavidez set his sights on his continued rise at 175. As previously reported by Ring Magazine, Benavidez has a guaranteed ringside seat to the undisputed rematch between Artur Beterbiev and Dimitri Bivol, which takes place on February the 22nd in Riyadh season, Saudi Arabia. With the victory over Morrell, Benavidez is the mandatory challenger to the winner. I just want to be the best of my era, said Benavidez. Whoever I need to fight next, I'll be ready for them. I want to unify all 4 titles, so that's next. Then that's next. Okay, cool. That's okay. I'm all for that. I'm all for that. Too much is required. Too much is given. Much is required. I'm all for that. But then after the fight, he said some people got alarmed. He went to saying, okay, well, it got to be in Vegas. And he's went to talking about what it has to be and all that stuff there. And I'm like, yeah, you may be the A-side from a name standpoint in America to Beterbiev and Bivol. But the fact of the matter is, the type of money that Bivol and Beterbiev are getting paid to fight each other and the type of money that you will get paid to fight either one of them, it's going to come from Turkey on the sheet. It ain't coming from Al Heyman, Louis de Coopers, none of those guys, scamps. It ain't coming from them. Right, so you're going to need a big name to fight. And if you want to become undisputed, all roads going to run through the Russians. It's going to go through Bivol or Beterbiev. So that's what it's going to be. You get what I'm saying? All right, now somebody sent me something. Let me see what this is. Oh, this is Ring Magazine. Let me go over here to the Ring. Shout out to my brother for sending this to me. Let's go to the Ring right quick. Let me pull this up. Let's see. Hold on, let me go to the Ring right quick. I'm trying to pull something up. All right, cool. Ring Magazine. They said the fight was a sellout. It really wasn't though. Anyways, but that's neither here nor there. I don't care about that. All right, let's go right here. Let's pull this up right quick. It said David Benavidez says he preferred to fight Dimitri Bivol over Artur Beterbiev. I would pick Bivol because Bivol beat Canelo. When I beat Bivol, that'll make my case that I ain't better than Canelo. Oh, that one more time. So David Benavidez said right here. He told, let's go right here. When did he tell these people this here? Let's go right here. I think he did an interview. He did an interview with this guy right here. Let's see. I watch his show from time to time as well. 2 hours ago. Well, this is the interview. This is the interview that he did. Gave his belt back. Okay, here we go. This is it right here. So they asked him, let's pull it up right here.
To be honest, the only thing that I'm thinking about is that if Bivol wins
can you
this
guys
fight,
hear this?
Like what they would have to do a rubber match. You know what I mean? And like I'm just like
give
thinking,
me a thumbs
who am
up
I
if you can hear it. If you can't, I'll play
say
it from the
that
phone.
they can't fight another fight because.
Give me a thumbs up if you heard that. If not, then I could play it from the phone. Okay, you hear it loud and clear? Okay, cool.
They fought 2 great fights. So that's basically the only thing I'm thinking of right now. But I would, if that's something like that would happen, I think I wouldn't fight until they get that done with. And then, I would move into that fight after they have a trilogy. So that's really the only thing I'm thinking right now.
But that would be a long break for you. Like, let's say conceivably they fight again October, who knows? I know this was a quick turnaround, but they take that break during, and now you're fighting again at least next year, like early next year. My take on it is, I thought Dimitri Bivol won the first fight. I know it was close. If he wins it again, we need a break from those two. As much as I'd love to see them fight 10 times, you waiting in the wings is just so fresh and fun. And I'm not just saying it because you're here. I would say it if you weren't here. you fight the winner, and then we kind of,
do a circle back.
Yes. It's too. And so, have you ever sat down with Turkey? Do you have any kind of relationship with him?
I've talked to him on the phone. My dad has sat down and talked to him. But I think we're gonna go over there February 22nd. So we'll probably figure everything out. If Bivol wins again, or if he wins. So but yeah, that is probably too much of a long time. So yeah, we'll see what happens, man. But like the good thing is that we got a lot of big things coming up. We got potentially unification coming up, and I think now I proved to everybody, what level I'm on, and I think I proved to everybody how much heart I have. So, me against anybody, bro. I'll bet the house on me against anybody, and I'm just looking forward to keep making history.
I love the fact that you're going there. Be there in the front row. Make your presence felt. Let them.
I'm not even gonna lie, dog. I like this. The simple fact that he's that one PBC fighter that's, yeah, without him or whatever, but yeah, I'm coming over there February the 22nd to see these guys fight. I like that. I got to give him credit. He doesn't have this, I don't care nothing about no Turkey Alatik. No, you the next guy in line to fight the winner for Undisputed. So the simple fact that you and your dad are willing to go over there and see the fight, you've been invited, I think that's a wonderful thing. That's a good sign. That's a good sign that we could potentially get the fight next. Get the fight. Let's continue.
Them know that they are not only fighting for each other's belts, but for the prize to fight you. That's the way to do it. Do you have a preference? Would you prefer?
I disagree with that. There's no prize to fight David Benavidez. David Benavidez ain't the prize. The dudes who got the belts are the prize. Yeah, they get the right to fight you. But what the fuck? What do we get the right to fight him? He ain't got no goddamn belt. He got the regular belt, but that ain't nothing. Like, he not the prize. Yeah, they get the opportunity to fight the motherfucker who ain't got no belts. True. No. I totally disagree with that. But let's go.
Prefer if you had your pick of the two, do you have a preference as to who you'd fight?
To be honest with you, I would pick Bivol because Bivol beat Canelo. Mm-hmm. So basically, when I beat Bivol, that'll make my case better than Canelo. And I know Dimitri Bivol really well. I sparred him a lot. He's a great fighter. And we've had a lot of great sparring sessions, so I definitely would love to fight Bivol.
Yeah. Yes, you're right. And we in there. So I prefer to fight Bivol because we don't have much sparring because Bivol beat Canelo. And if I beat him, okay, I totally disagree with that. Okay, but Beterbiev beat Bivol. Some people felt that Bivol won. Some people felt that Beterbiev won, but Beterbiev beat Bivol. So if he beat Bivol again, then guess what? You can beat the guy who beat Canelo. So you get what I'm saying? So look here, man. Yeah. All right, we listen. We gonna see how this play out. Y'all call the show, man. 530-494-9636. 530-494-9636. While we waiting on the calls, I'm gonna hit everybody with a little bit of Snow Bunny love.
See your eyes shine, she's my Snow Bunny, please. In the winter lights, too, she's my sweet Dr. Free. Talk to my nose, this love, but God is so raw. Make you lose, stepping out.
Hold on.
It's me against the light. Snow Bunny. Moving on the bar. Everything's so right. Got that smooth, so feel. No, that's next to the law. With my Snow Bunny love. We're party by the night. See your eyes shine. She's my Snow Bunny, please. In the winter lights, too, she's my sweet Dr. Free. Talk to my nose, this love, but God is so raw. It's me against the light. Snow Bunny. Moving on the bar. Everything's so right. Got that smooth, so feel. No, that's next to the law. With my Snow Bunny love. We're party by the night. See your eyes shine. She's my Snow Bunny, please. In the winter lights, too, she's my sweet Dr. Free. Talk to my nose, this love, but God is so raw. Make you lose, stepping out. It's me against the light. Snow Bunny. Moving on the bar. Everything's so right. Got that smooth, so feel. No, that's next to the law. With my Snow Bunny love. We're party by the night.
Yeah, man. Yeah, hold on. Y'all hold up. Let me get to my doggone. Camera, where my camera at? How did it switch to that? My bad. Sorry about that, y'all. Hold on, y'all. Hold on. Y'all hold on. Hold on for a minute. Let me see, can I get my camera back on? I don't know why my camera went off. Hold on. All right. All right, my bad. We back. We back on point. I don't know why my goddamn camera went off. Caller, what's your name? Where you calling from?
PD Russell, Richmond, Virginia.
PD, from Richmond. Talk to me.
Yeah, so he got down rather fight Bivol than Beterbiev. That's a good choice. Shit. I'd rather fight Bivol too if I had to pick between them two motherfuckers. Shit. Yeah. The one thing about these fighters, they know goddamn who they really don't be wanting to fight and shit. Like, goddamn, he talk all that shit about fighting either one, so why would you even say that? If you really feel like you can beat anybody, he say he can beat anybody, so why the hell would you say you rather fight Bivol, making up that shit about Canelo? That shit don't mean nothing. Because goddamn, we know that triangle shit don't work in boxing.
Nah, that shit don't work at all. That shit don't work at all.
He might beat Bivol and then Canelo still whoop his ass. Then what? Nah, I mean, even though we know he ain't gonna fight him, but still, like that shit whack. Just like these fighters know who they really want to fight or not. Like you say, he might skip over all of them and go fight Zerto. He been talking about fighting Zerto.
Yeah, he got it. No, what he should have said was, I prefer, because I get it, because he sparred Bivol before. That really don't mean shit. I know dudes spar dudes and they get their ass whooped under the lights. But he got to say, look, man, I really don't care who. I really don't care. Care who it is. If Beterbiev win, I want him. If Bivol win, I want him. Either guy win, that's who I want. That's what he should have said. That's the answer to make. I don't care who it is. Both of them gonna get the same result. They're gonna get beat.
Yeah, you the Mexican monster.
Yeah.
Like you said, ain't no monsters picking and choosing. Shit, like the other caller said, because there's a monster up at cruiserweight. If he was to go up there and get a belt over time, kill him.
Yeah.
So there ain't no sense of picking and choosing. Just fight whoever win. Go ahead on and fight him. That's it.
I mean, we'll see. We'll see how it works out. But I am optimistic. I like the way I see David is moving. He's going to, at least he's going to Saudi Arabia to sit there, because again, he's the mandatory. He's the number one guy to fight the winner. I don't know which sanctioned body, maybe the WBC or something of that sort, but he's the winner. No, I think that maybe the WBC. He's the guy that's in line.
WBC.
Yeah, he's the guy that's in line that's going to fight the winner of either match. So when you the mandatory position, at that point it don't matter. Like,
Yeah.
I get what he's saying. He feels a little bit more comfortable fighting Bivol because he sparred him a bunch of times when he was young. We know when David Benavidez was young, he used to spar him a lot. I think back when HBO was around, when Bivol used to fight on Sergey Kovalev's undercard. He used to fight on Sergey Kovalev's undercard with HBO. So, that was a while ago.
Yeah, because I heard him in another interview, months ago saying, him and his dad saying, they sparred Bivol a lot and, they think they can beat Bivol, but, man, that don't mean shit. That was years ago. Bivol that's a cherry pick going wrong if you think you just going to go in there and whoop his ass.
Yeah. Yeah, for real, though. All right, well, salute, fam. Hey, listen, shout out to PD Russell, man. Go ahead, brother. Salute, fam. Yeah, well, at least he going over there. At least David Benavidez is doing that heavy lifting. He's fighting the guys. They say, well, he need to, hold on. Now, listen, we got to get a man props. I'm going to tell you why. In the air, hey, shout out to Sean from the Heights. Hey, okay. Dropping that quote over. Hey, I'm dubbing you, boy.
Hey, Leroy.
Super chat received.
Playtime's over, boy.
Sean said he probably picks Bivol because he'll get less of a beating. Well, he picked him for a reason. He picked him for a reason, but at this point, it doesn't matter. He's the number one guy.
Down from the bar, there's a platform stage.
keep a pimpin', sharp as razor blades.
Caller, what's your name? Where you calling from?
Hey, what's good with you, Mo? Shit, chillin'. Oh man. So Benavidez out here faking like again. All right, it's cool.
What you say? What he doing?
Yeah. He's faking like, you know how that motherfucker go. The truth be told, man, they can run the whole business plan. Everything is in David. And I said this years ago, Slim. Everything is in David Benavidez' favor. He's the youngest fighter. All these other motherfuckers is old. David Benavidez, y'all can laugh with you all you want. What I'm about to tell you is, in 2 years, if they go by the plan by aging these motherfuckers out and fighting them after the back when they on the back nine for real back nine, David Benavidez can be the number 1 pound for pound fighter in the world. Can you me tell you why? Because he can actually, because it don't matter. He's not, Father Time is gonna catch up to motherfuckers. You gotta look at, he's what, 27, 28.
Yeah, he's 28 now.
Bivol, mid-30s. Beterbiev is 40.
Damn, that 40. Yeah, he be 40. Yeah.
Cinnamon is 40. You dig what I'm telling you at basically what's going on. Everything is lined up for. Zerto is up there. Well, Zerto isn't as old as we think, but he up there. But he will probably beat Zerto. So everything is definitely lined up, and they caught Morrell, and I'm not giving an excuse why Morrell lost, but if they did the smart motherfucking thing is to catch Morrell now while he doesn't have enough experience. You dig what I'm telling you? So let's get him out the way, because we don't want to deal with him when we make this campaign to start super duper cherry picking to get you to the number 1 pound for pound fight in the world. That's what they're trying to do. They're not fighting Bivol next year. This year. It'll be probably next year, but it won't be this year. You dig what I'm telling you? And they're definitely not fighting Beterbiev. That'll never happen. I don't see that ever happening. I think they'll just wait for Beterbiev to retire himself. But I'm just saying, Slim, if you want to be real, they don't really have to fight anybody for real. They can run a motherfucking Reggie Davis died and cherry pick. He might end up fighting Marcus Brown for all we know. Next, he fight Marcus Brown. That's it for the 2025. Go to 2026 and fight an old ass Bivol or Beterbiev. If he fight Beterbiev, I still don't think he'll. So you know what I'm saying? Don't act like this motherfucker won't turn around and fight Marcus Brown. And they announced that shit. Don't do that. Because it's definitely there. I don't see why not. What's keeping them from making that fight?
Yeah, Marcus Brown with the PBC. He's still with the PBC, right?
Yeah. So that makes the most sense to me. So go ahead and fight, because if he really wanted to fight Bivol, if he really wanted to sit him and fight, the first thing a real motherfucker do is, nah, give me Bivol. Didn't Bivol whoop the motherfucker I'm chasing? So if I beat Bivol, I don't need to fight Cinnamon, because I'm going to prove that I beat Bivol, the motherfucker that beat the brakes off of Cinnamon. You dig what I'm telling you? But he's not going that route.
So you think
it's weird that he's not going.
Okay, but what about the mandatory? He's going to Saudi Arabia with his father.
He's not, man. That man
He
ain't.
pump
How
faking?
many times? Soon as he, Slim, he's faking like. Soon as he became the mandatory for Cinnamon, with it, Mauricio said, give us 3 months, you gonna be the mandatory. Just motherfucker break wide to 175. You did all this faking all these years. They tell you, look, 3 months you're gonna be the mandatory. I'm going to 175 now. What the fuck?
Well, hold on. Wait a minute. Hold on. Wait a minute, Rob. Boy. Now, sources say, there was a lot of politics in that. They say Canelo was working in the backgrounds and the shadows and forced him to move up to 175 so he wouldn't have to activate the mandatory.
How can Cinnamon force him to 175? How can you force him to 175? He forced him to 175 to fight a Cinnamon fighter. Gosev is the nail is a Cinnamon fighter.
Yeah. You talking about Gossip? Gossip, yeah.
Gossip, yeah, the nail. Yeah, Gossip is a Cinnamon fighter. He signed a Canelo promotion. That don't make sense. That was all under PBC. They didn't want to. I told you they didn't want to make that fight right there. They wasn't interested in fighting Canelo, man. I told you that. So
do you feel that? Hold on, wait. So you saying that they wasn't interested, or was okay? No. I'm in a conflicting thing. Was Canelo ducking David Benavidez, or was David Benavidez ducking Canelo? What you saying?
I'm saying that Canelo know what the deal is, and they know they not willing to fight that man right now. And Canelo knew when it was time, when it was about to get crunch time, that motherfucker wasn't gonna fight him. That's why he dipped. As soon as they said, Slim, it's not a coincidence. You mean to tell me you couldn't wait a couple months after waiting years and years to fight Canelo? And you go to 175? Come on, Slim. At the end of the day, man, I don't think he fighting. I think he want to age that motherfucker out anyway. I think he aging out everybody. That's what I think. I'm sorry. He aging out everybody. But I just want to give a shout out. No, I think so, Slim, because I don't see why he won't fight Bivol, man. I just don't. Why you got to drag the motherfucker kicking and screaming to the Saudi to see a fight, pretty much. It's about to happen. But, man, come on, man. But I just want to give a shout out to, man, Isaac Cruz and motherfucking Angel, man. That was the fight of the year, hands down. That shit was some real shit right there.
Boy, that shit, boy.
Oh, my God.
Hey, Rob, boy.
That motherfucker.
Hey, you know what I'm surprised at? Esau Cruz was throwing. He was throwing 1-2s down the pipe. He was working behind it. He was throwing the jab. I was like, this motherfucker throwing the jab. I was like, man.
that was definitely fight of the year. I watched that motherfucker like 3 times. I'm like, damn, that was a good ass fight. That shit was a good ass. So special shout outs for Ferrero and Isaac Cruz, and I'm far from my Isaac Cruz fan, and I see why he don't want to fight my man Cole. But other than that, man, I give him his shout out. That was definitely fight of the year. But that's all I got to say. Benavidez faking don't be surprised though when Benavidez actually age him out properly and become #1 pound for pound fighter of the year in probably like 2 years. I give him that 2 years.
All right, round boy, man.
In his favor.
Man, hey, salute, brother, man. DC, stand up. Yeah, man. All right. So Rob Boy saying, look here, man, they ain't had no intention on fight Cinnamon, man. They were pump faking.
We the Charlo twins. We known for calling everybody out.
Please call these people out. Listen, the whole world's looking at you. Call these people out,
What's up? It's the Jamal the Hitman Charlo. Let's get it. Who won it?
Name them names, man.
They know who they is.
Name them names, please. The names need to be named.
They know who they is.
The Mexican monster.
Mexican monster.
Nello.
Hey, man, look here. Hold on now. Carla, hold on. I'm kind of conflicted because I'm hearing, David, Canelo say he don't want to fight him. He don't bring nothing to the table. He don't bring nothing but 20 pounds. He need 150 million. We can't forget about all of that neither now. Canelo said all of that. And then, Ron Boy saying, hey, man, he really ain't want to fight the man. And right when he was going to be made the mandatory, when you talk about Benavidez did an interview not too long ago, he said he'd been a mandatory for 3 years to fight Canelo. 3 years. And I'm like, 3 years? I guess he's been that guy now with #1 spot for 3 years, but it never was mandated. So it's a bunch of politics, dog. It's a bunch of politics on both sides going on. Carla, what's your name?
No, ain't no both sides. No, look, it's there 2 times. No, ain't no both sides. That nigga wrong. No, what he talking about. Canelo ain't said no damn contract. Canelo can pick and choose who the fuck he want to fight. He fought Berlanga, bum ass. He fought John Rod. He can pick and choose who the fuck he fight. If he wanted to fight Benavidez, he would have sent that contract. That's bullshit. Canelo know if he fight Benavidez, coach, it's a risk. That's why that nigga said, I want $250 million. I mean, $250. Now he said that shit, $250 million and shit, to fight Benavidez. He need all that money just to get his ass fucked up. He got all that money, that retired money for him. That's why. That nigga's a dog, bro. I don't want to hear that shit. That boy, Canelo straight pussy, bro. If he want to fight Benavidez, coach, he would have dead for him if he wanted to. He know that's a risk. He gonna get his ass beat. Might get stopped. Maybe stylistically that's a bad matchup for him. That's bullshit. And Benavidez, I never heard him turn down a fight. When the last time you heard Benavidez duck a fight? Come on. He don't bring him to the table. He didn't do this. Benavidez never turned down a fight. You can say we want to fight him, bro, but I never seen Benavidez turn down a fight. Nothing. I never heard him say no duck language, no nothing. So all that shit, that's just some Canelo fanboy shit he on, bro.
Well, see, Darren, what you fail to realize, see, Canelo, he earned the right to pick and choose who he want to fight. He the face. So exactly, what you got to understand is he ain't really scared of David Benavidez. He just exercising his options.
Coach, everybody grandma knows that this nigga ducking Benavidez. Everybody damn grandma knows that shit. Because trust me, close. If Canelo want that smoke, he would have sent that contract. He would have told Al Heyman, listen, I want Benavidez. Y'all say he a monster? Okay, I want Benavidez. That bullshit out of here, man. Canelo a duck, bro. He gonna be. I hope Ted Crawford beat the fuck out of him too. I hope Bud whoop his ass too, boy. I ain't gonna lie. I hope he knocks his ass out. Fuck that pussy. That's my call.
All right, Lou, yeah, now see what he is now. See, listen, we were waiting on Canelo. Canelo been ducking. Listen, this what they accused Canelo of.
Now, I am the #1 contender. I'm tired of James the Poodle, Grim Reaper, whatever you want to call himself, ducking me. All right, I'm tired of man driving around town in 8 Rolls Royces. He ain't fought nobody. I'm still in a bro hand.
You know, we're still in a bro hand right now, man. The man been ducking. The man, listen.
But this ball been taking the easy matches, fighting other balls.
Man been a Minotaur for 3 years. Canelo been ducking and cherry picking, you know.
But this ball been taking the easy matches, fighting other balls.
Yeah, they say the man been fighting bums over the past few years.
I'm sorry? 160 is my weight division. I want to unify. I want to get Golovkin in the ring. I want to bring him to Houston. You know what I'm saying? I want to get Canelo out here to Houston. If they really to come down to 160, this is my weight division.
You get what I'm saying? That's all I'm saying, fam. All I'm saying is, look here, man. Look here, man. The people, you know what? I don't even know why. The Canelo Benavidez fight, that's over with. That's done. That fight ain't gonna never happen anyways, but that's done. You know, once Benavidez moved up, that's over with, fam. Like, bro, like, I'm of the opinion, and I'm gonna be honest with you. I'll call it, hold on. Even if David Benavidez would have stayed at 168, he still wasn't gonna get that Canelo fight. There's nothing that no one can tell me to convince me other than that. If he would have stayed at 168 the next 3 months, he still wouldn't have got that fight. You get what I'm saying? So I'm just being honest with you. He wouldn't have got that fight. So there's a bunch of people, they happy he moved up to 175. I just don't believe, I'm just saying me. Based on what I've been seeing, how both sides been moving, there's nothing in my mind, and seeing how the sanctioned bodies, with Mauricio Suleiman and stuff, he wouldn't have got that fight. I wouldn't give a damn. He wouldn't have got that fight anyways. And I think everybody know it. Everybody know that. He wouldn't have got that fight. So Canelo didn't want to fight him. He didn't want to fight the guy. And he made that obvious. So, but anyway, that's neither here nor there. That's water under the bridge. That's over with. Carla, what's your name? Where you calling from? Carla, what's your name? Where you calling from?
Hello? Can you hear me?
Yes, sir. What's your name? Where you calling from?
Kansas City.
Kansas City. You got to turn the volume down in the background, brother.
Hold on, my bad, OG. Can you hear me now?
Yes, I can hear you. What's your name?
My name is Rich. I'm calling from Kansas City.
Rich, Kansas City. Talk to me.
I was calling in. I was agreeing with the last caller, man. Everybody know if Canelo wants that fight, all he got to do is send the contract. He been the A-side. He been the fucking A-side since the Floyd fight. You know, like when he wanted to fight McGee and Berlanga and all that, it wasn't no 200 pounds, 150 million, or 20 pounds to the table, none of that. Like, the dude know what he doing. I mean, he did this when he was at 54 and 60, when he wouldn't unify with Charlo, when he wouldn't unify with Boo Andrade. Like, the man been doing this. He's a strategic fighter. What's his name? Eddie Reynoso and them know how to move him. They move him around right, so, you know, they sticking to the program. They not taking no risk. The Bivol fight wasn't supposed to be what it turned out to be. That was a cherry pick gone bad. That man ain't finna take no more risk like that. So the Benavidez fight, we can pretty much hang that up. Like, that ain't gonna happen. I think if they come with 200 million, he might fuck around and say, hey, no, I need 300. You know what I'm saying? So I don't trust that Canelo talk all that. Nah, Benavidez just need to stick to doing what he doing. I hope he knock off Beterbiev and Bivol, move up the cruiserweight and keep on going, because the man deserves it. Like, he's taking a tough fight. He ain't ducking nothing. He ain't turning nothing down. Like, I think he deserves it.
Yeah, man. I hear exactly where you're coming from, Rich, man. Salute, fam. Kansas City, stand up. Thank you, brother, for calling the show. I appreciate you, fam. Hey, you know the crazy part about it? Y'all check this out. Somebody just said something in the chat that really, really caught me. That really, really, I haven't even thought about this. So hold on. Somebody just said something in the chat. Who that was? NPR said Bud got the fight before David. Can somebody explain to me? Terrence Crawford and Canelo is fighting. That fight going down like the Titanic in September. The ink is dry on the contract. How in the hell that a guy that started out at lightweight, moved up to 140, moved up to 147, became undisputed in those two different weight divisions, moved up to 154, had one fight, became a champion, and then now he's going to 168, not to fight the other 168 pounders, because those guys are too big for him. But he's looking to fight. How in the hell did Terrence Crawford, a guy from Omaha, Nebraska, land a fight with Canelo before David Benavidez? I'm still trying to figure that one out. True. I'm still trying to figure that one out. Like, how in the hell I know money and all that stuff there, but yet and still I'm trying to wrap my brain around, like, Canelo chose to end up fighting Crawford so he could pick and choose who he wants to fight. Why he never choose to fight David Benavidez? Forget what Benavidez. Okay, Benavidez moved up, whatever. Canelo still can say, hey, my name Canelo. I want to fight you next. Just like he's saying he fighting Crawford. Just like he said, I'm fighting Berlanga. I'm fighting Jaime Munguia. Like, he's the guy that can do that. Why Benavidez was never the pick? I'm just asking. Yeah, man. So, it is what it is. What you say, Bud? Yeah, you're right about it. Bud got. I don't know how the hell he got that fight before Benavidez. Like, bro, like you can't make this shit up. Shout out to Dylan. Shout out to Dill. Hey, okay. Dropping that quarter of a damn dub on your boy. Hey, Leroy.
Super chat received.
Playtime's over, boy. He said Dillian White was mandatory for 3 years for Wilder WBC strap. Facts. Those are the facts. That's true. WBC never gave him a shot. And we know WBC is tight with the PBC. Mandatory status is useless. I totally agree with that when it comes to the WBC. I agree with that. Just because you become the mandatory don't mean shit in boxing. Just because you become the mandatory, especially if you're the mandatory to WBC, that doesn't mean you automatically gonna get a fight. That don't mean nothing. People make it seem like when it's convenient, yeah, man, you the mandatory, he would have got the fight next. No. That ain't true. That ain't true at all. That's not true at all. We see what happened in boxing. Certain dudes who become a mandatory, they will never get that fight. Another dude who just walking down the street, walking by the liquor store, he got the fight. Hey man, what's up, Puto? Hey, yeah, what's up? Hey, yeah, what's up, Puto? Hey, look, I'm fighting you next. For real? I'm just coming out the liquor store. Yeah, some dude just coming out the liquor store get the fight. And then this dude, just because the guy's the mandatory, don't mean nothing. Let's not act like, yeah, when you become the mandatory in boxing, that automatically means you're gonna get the fight. No, sir. No, sir. True. Boxing don't work that way. It's political as usual. It's political. Mandatories are useless. I agree with that. They're useless. They're only useful when it comes to certain fighters. Shout out to Jim. Hey, okay. Dropping out that quarter of a dub on your boy. Salute, fam. Hey, Leroy.
Super chat received.
Playtime's over, boy. Yeah, we can't make it seem like because you become a mandatory, you automatically gonna get the fight. Hell no.
Down from the bar, there's a platform stage. People pimping, sharp as razor blades.
Yeah, you get what I'm saying? I'm like, bro, nah, man. Yeah, but I'm making say, yeah, man, see, you the mandatory, now you automatic. We know what the mandatory don't mean. Especially, listen, Errol Spence had a mandatory, hold on. Errol Spence didn't have to fight a mandatory for 3 years when he had the IBF belt. Depending on who the fighter is, certain fighters get certain privileges. Mandatory don't mean nothing in boxing, unless it's a certain fighter. That's it. Let's just be honest. Let's be honest now. Let's be honest. Let's not forget. Caller, what's your name? You calling from?
Demetrius from Myrtle Beach.
Demetrius, talk to me.
Let's go, Coach. Hey, good fight, great fight. Saturday night. I think in some spots, David Morrell looked a little stronger than Benavidez in certain spots.
Yeah.
But before anybody think about fight, Beterbiev will keep both of them boys, man. They need to leave. Don't put Beterbiev name in your mouth, because like you said, he compact. He gonna sit in the pocket. Benavidez gonna walk forward, and if Benavidez and Beterbiev fought 6 or 7 rounds, man, he gonna shoot Benavidez. He gonna see him, coach. I mean, I think Beterbiev is the best light heavyweight. I don't think Benavidez or Morrell could beat Bivol. I just want to ask you a question. What you think about that, coach?
Well, we got to see him in the ring. I mean, I wouldn't. I mean, I got both fighters over David Benavidez from a stylistic standpoint. I look at his style. I look at the way he locked that lead leg. Go back and watch that fight again with David Benavidez and Morrell, and you will see him locking that lead leg. And he fights a lot like his brother Jose, the one who got shot in the knee. And I'm like, bro, why does he keep locking this lead leg like that? He's locking that leg, especially when he gets hit hard. He'll have a tendency to it'll buck a little bit, and then he'll stand up and he'll lock that leg while coming forward. And I'm like, bro, just me seeing that right there, bro, like the different angles and footwork, what's going to happen. Again, I want to see David Benavidez fight Beterbiev. I want to see him fight Bivol. If y'all feel that he is this monster, I want to see the monster fight the other guys. Trust me, I ain't putting nobody in the winner's program. If you like him that much, I want to see him in there with those dudes. Trust me, I do. I'm the main one want to see him in there. Yeah.
Do you think he does that when he get hurt? You think that's like just a habit? Like when he get hurt, he locks that lead leg?
Listen, all I'm saying, go back and look at that fight. And I was calling the fight. And I was like, oh, y'all see the way I called it in the fight. I said, man, I don't like the way he locking that lead leg out. He always do that though. As the fight, he'll lock that lead leg. He'll stiffen it out. Just like Jose Jr., Benavidez Jr. do the same thing. But he got shot in the knee. That's why he do it. Yeah.
But you remember Alan Green fought Edison Miranda, and Alan Green kept on looking down at his feet. That was years ago.
Mm-hmm.
Years ago, Edison Miranda hurt Alan Green. Alan Green would look down at his feet and then look up. Similar like when Mike Tyson was biting on his gloves. I think some people, when something happened to him, I don't know, but that's just weird, man, because I ain't never seen nothing like that. I thought he was hurt. Like, that man was tore his ACL or sprained something, because that's just saying that some of the shots he got hit with by Morrell, he cannot get hit no shots of that from Beterbiev, man, because he's gonna put him to sleep, coach. And then and then one of my favorite fighters, Winky Wright. Y'all was talking about him earlier today, and I remember he got robbed and he fought Fernando Vargas. He beat Jermaine Taylor, and they gave him a draw. I thought he beat Jermaine Taylor also.
Yeah.
But as far as the boxer, what do you rank Winky Wright's jab? Like, you know what I'm saying? You watching boxing. I think he has probably one of the best jabs in boxing. But I'm going to let you go, Coach. Appreciate you taking my call, brother.
All right, salute, fam. Yeah, again, we can sit back and break this stuff down, analyze it, whatever. Fact of the matter is, man, you know, I want to see the fights. David Benavidez going over there to going to Saudi Arabia. We'll see how that materializes. Some feel that he just pump faking. He ain't gonna fight neither one of those guys. That's a possibility, but we need to see it play out. What I do know is the mandatories don't really mean nothing in boxing, man. I just thought about that shit. That shit don't mean nothing, especially when it comes to the WBC. You know, so some fighters have some fighters have a little bit more privilege than others, and that's just the reality of the situation. I don't like Scampson Liarwitz, so it's kind of hard for me to believe anything that Scampson say. And David Benavidez is loyal to Scampson, you know, so there's a lot of stuff that Scampson say that he get caught up in lies. So I don't really trust, even though I don't make money with them, so David Benavidez, he should trust his team. But it's a lot of stuff out there that could be some truth to maybe what Ron Boy Fresh is saying about David Benavidez, his team not wanting that fight. But however, irregardless of what David Benavidez's team says or does, the fact of the matter is the guy who can pick and choose who he wants to fight, when he wants to fight them, because he's the face of boxing, he could have easily picked David Benavidez to fight him at any given time. Those are the facts. There's nothing that nobody dictates anything to Canelo. He just like he picked Jaime, just like he picked Berlanga, just like he picked whoever, he could have picked David Benavidez if he wanted to. Even let's say I run with what David was pump faking, he didn't want that fight. Okay, fine. Let's say I take that and run with that. It still doesn't change the fact that Canelo did not say, hey, you know what, Puto? Just like I picked Berlanga and all those other guys, I'm gonna pick you. I'm fighting you next. True. And he said he wanted $150 million. Or maybe at 150, we'll see. You know, that's what he said, fam. So, caller, what's your name? Where you calling from?
It's Curtis from Long Beach.
Curtis, talk to me.
And I'm gonna go ahead. I gotta give Benavidez this props. I really didn't, even in my prediction, I said it could go either way. And if I had to pick, you put money on it, I would have put it on Benavidez. I picked Morrell because, like I said, I lean towards the boxers. But the fight went pretty much how I kind of figured it would go. Benavidez, to be honest with you, he don't really look sensational with these bigger fighters. You know what I'm saying? Dudes his size or bigger, he ain't really looking like, that monster that we were seeing when he fought Bivol and Plant and all these other dudes. You know what I'm saying? Like, Morrell looked good when he sat down on his punches. He really looked good. And, Morrell didn't really get in trouble until he started getting on the back foot really heavy. When he gave Benavidez something to think about, he was stopping Benavidez in his tracks. When he sat down and threw some hard shots, he stopped him. He stopped that momentum. And that's why I think Benavidez not going to fuck with Bivol or Beterbiev, because those dudes, when they hit you, you're going to feel it. And he going to stop. And they going to, Bivol put combinations together real good. Yeah. And Beterbiev just keep going. You know what I'm saying? So it's hard for me to see him beating those dudes just because of Bivol's combinations. And Beterbiev is like a train. You know what I'm saying? That dude just keep going. He keep going. And I don't think Benavidez is gonna be able to stand up to that. And then as far as like the Canelo situation, again, I go by what these fighters and they team say. Benavidez, I don't think he ever wanted that Canelo fight, because when Canelo signed to the PBC, Benavidez signed a deal right after that for 3 fighters not named Canelo, and he just fought the third one.
Yeah, he said that.
Morrell.
That is true. That is true. He did say
that.
that. He did say that. That's true.
Yeah, he fought Morrell, he fought Plant, he fought Bivol, and other dudes that had the opportunity to sign with PBC. Guess why they didn't sign? Because they wasn't getting the fight that they wanted. When Haney had the opportunity, I signed the Tank on there. Tank name not on there, I ain't signing it. Shakur, Tank name not on there, I ain't signing it. You know what I'm saying? So he had the opportunity to do that. Like, if you wasn't getting the Canelo fight, you could have went elsewhere and got the same fights or got better fights, made more money. But that's what he chose. He chose 3 fighters not named Canelo, and he just fought the third one. Like, he did what he said he was gonna do. It was Morrell, Bivol, and Plant, and he fought all 3.
You know what? You make a valid point, because I do remember when David Benavidez said that. They asked him about the Canelo fight. They asked his father about the Canelo fight, and he did. I'm glad you mentioned that, because I kind of forgot about it. But now that you mentioned it, I do remember. He said, "We don't care." Matter of fact, his father said it on the Boxing Voice. He was interviewed by Nestor Gibbs. His father said, "Well, we don't care. We don't care what." Ness asked him something about Canelo, and Jose Sr. said, "We don't care nothing about what Canelo does. It doesn't matter. We have a 3-fight deal already." And he mentioned Caleb Plant. He mentioned Demetrius Andrade, and he mentioned David Morrell, and you hit the nail right on the head. The 3 names he mentioned on the Boxing Voice, those were the 3 guys he fought.
True. All 3. And then on top of that, that was right after Canelo signed. That was right after Canelo signed to the PBC, and they asked him, they said, now the fight should be easier for you guys to make. Yeah. And he, not only did he say we not fighting Canelo, they apologized to Canelo for all the shit they was talking.
Yeah.
They apologized too.
That's true. That's true. His dad. See, this is the thing, right? This is why I think the politics went at. I think he was told to do that. Like, look, we got Canelo over here with the PBC. He's mad. We want you to apologize. And his dad went all through Mexico with the every sports reporter in Mexico with the apologizing, saying this and that. I'm like, bro, somebody, again, they did all that apologizing, ass kissing, and they still didn't get the Canelo fight. So, bro, I can't put it all on one side or whatever. What I do know is this here. Would you agree that Canelo can just pick anybody he wants to fight and make any kind of fight he wants? Would you agree with that?
Yes, I do.
All right, so there's a reason why Canelo ain't pick him.
Yeah, he gonna get the blame, but they all played a part, and Benavidez didn't help his cause. You know what I'm saying? Like I said, he signed a new deal as soon as Canelo came over to fight 3 people not named Canelo.
Yeah, he did. Yeah, that's true.
He just completed it. He just completed the deal. He fought Morrell. You know what I'm saying? So,
well, actually, he fought a fight before Morrell. He fought Gossip. Gossip wasn't a part of that. Wasn't part of that 3-fight deal. Yep. He moved up to he fought Demetrius Andrade at super middleweight. He fought Caleb Plant at super middleweight. Then his first fight, the light heavyweight, he fought Gossip. Yeah. Then he just fought Morrell. So, it is what it is, man. I don't move on from the Canelo shit. Like, they ain't fighting each other. I think that's obvious. You know, if Canelo wanted to fight him, he could have fought him. If David Benavidez was moving right, maybe he could have got that fight. I doubt it. But the fact of the matter is, that's water under the bridge. There's no need to even talk about no damn Canelo. Now, what Benavidez can do is continue to bring Canelo's name up in order to help sell his fights, to help bring notoriety to himself. Because when I go to barbershops and stuff, when people talk about David Benavidez, his name is tied to Canelo. When my friends talk, man, you think Canelo gonna fight David Benavidez? Man, we think he ducking him. So if I'm David Benavidez, if I'm Scampson, if I'm Jose Sr., I will continue to bring Canelo's name up every chance I get in my fights. And, you know, that's so I can help build my profile a little bit more. And I will continue to do that. You might as well at this point. You ain't gonna get the fight, so you might as well continue to just do it. Yeah.
Yeah, they not fighting. Canelo on his his Rocky 3 shit. You know what I'm saying? He listening to the manager. You don't need this fight. You know what I'm saying? You don't need to fight that dude. You know what I mean? You know, unlike Rocky, Rocky fought public. But Canelo don't need it, and he ain't gonna do it. You know what I'm saying? He's standing on his square, so it is what it is. But that's my call.
All right, salute. That's why, you know what? That's why I kind of respect you. Well, you gotta respect what y'all know. What Mama Holyfield did. You gotta kind of respect what Mama Holyfield did. He like, look, man, Oscar De La Hoya say, Shakur, Stevenson, you should be ashamed of yourself. You want to fight a 21, 22-year-old prospect instead of fighting the champions and stuff like that. Carla, hold on, you the last call. And Mama Holyfield was like, look, Oscar, we don't need you to block that fight. He came out publicly on different podcasts. Look, we don't care. We want that fight. And they made their promoter make that fight. So regardless of how you feel about it, Mama Holyfield got that fight for his son to fight Shakur. He was adamant about it. He came out publicly, went on a public campaign, disrespected Shakur, and he made his promoter make that fight for him, even when his promoter was like, nah, we ain't gonna do that fight. So you gotta respect that. You gotta respect that. Regardless of how I feel about Mama Holyfield personally, that's beside the point. I respect the fact that they did that. You get what I'm saying? So regardless of what happened, if he win, he was right. He looked like a genius. If they lose, stocks still go up because he wasn't afraid to test himself against the best. So it's a win-win situation for them. You the last call. Caller, what's your name? Where you calling from?
Double back slam. Curtis Jab took my sting because that's exactly what I was referring to without even saying it when they had the 3-fight deal. It was never in the cards for Cinnamon to fight Benavidez. They don't want that because just imagine if Cinnamon will beat Benavidez, and just imagine if they fought 2 years ago. Benavidez won't be no good for the PBC. Y'all know these Bammers is on their last legs. So you mean to tell me no more Earl, no more Wilder, no more Benavidez, and you only got Reggie? Then get the fuck out of there. You know damn well they wasn't going to do that fight, man. It don't even make sense for them to even do that fight. So they doing the ultimate clout chase. Is not only we're going to clout chase Cinnamon name till we sort of age him out till he about the late 30s. This is what we're going to do. We even going to sign him over here so he can be even closer. We're going to give him a check just to keep him satisfied for clout chasing his motherfucking name. And y'all Bama's going to apologize. It's a scam, Slim. It is not. They have yet to offer. They have yet to offer Cinnamon a fight to fight Benavidez? Al made all the fights. What did Cinnamon say? He liked doing business with Al. Al give him the fight, give him a number, he do it. Al ain't gave him their number to fight Benavidez. And it's a reason why. They don't want to make that fight. They see the bigger picture for Benavidez is we're going to make him number 1 pound for pound fighter. That's what they trying to do. They want to make Benavidez the replacement of Cinnamon. That's what the goal is. And if he fights Cinnamon at 26 and 25, he wasn't going to win that fight. He wasn't going to win that fight. Benavidez can't fuck with no Canelo. He can't fuck with him. And it's too risky. It's too risky. Think about it. They over there doing. So just imagine this shit. If you don't think that's the plan, why would you? If he doing business with Benavidez first, why would you send the motherfucker? Why would you even pay the motherfucker to come over here that we trying to fight all this fucking money if we want that fight?
Well, is there a reason why?
It's the ultimate
Is there a reason why Canelo didn't pick David Benavidez to fight him?
Because it's not, they don't want to make the fight. Al already told them, Bammers, we ain't making a fight right now. We'll give you any other fight. They're not making the fight.
They told Canelo
They're
that?
Not.
They told, you say they told Canelo that?
I'm telling you, they're not making a fight. You want me to tell you how I know? Remember when Cinnamon went to Cleveland? Because Benavidez was talking all that shit, and they said Eddie Reynoso hopped on the first thing smoking in Cleveland that say, what's up? Well, we're not going to give you Benavidez, but we have this fight deals for you. That's what happened. They didn't go to Cleveland to fight this, and that. Benavidez was talking that shit, and they made that Bama apologize. That's what happened. You remember that shit? Yeah, exactly. And made his Bama ass apologize. And y'all sitting here, yeah, exactly. Am I lying? Did he not? The first thing Benavidez was talking that shit. He's like, hold on, what's going on? Cinnamon done with this. Cinnamon done with the zone right now. We going to see what this Cleveland Bama talking about. We want your man. No. We don't want Canelo to devalue Benavidez right now. We already got a 3-fight deal for Benavidez. Don't worry about that. But we'll pay you whatever you want to fight the undisputed champion at 54. To fight this Bama here, this Hammond here. Because our plan is to retire y'all motherfuckers. We don't want to fight right now. We want to see if Benavidez is good enough to retire you years down the line. But we're going to pay you handsomely for these fights. And we're going to build this shit up as if he ducking you and you ducking him. And we're going to have this whole soap opera shit. It's a scam, nigga. You know what I'm saying? Think about this shit. I'm going to sign the motherfucker that I'm beefing with. My motherfucking man going to sign him? You supposed to be working for me. This motherfucker's over here and you telling me I still can't fight him? Think about it. That shit don't even sound right.
I was like, how in the hell does Canelo sign to the PBC? He on the same side of the street as David Benavidez, and y'all still can't get the fight? Like, that doesn't...
Because they don't want the fight. The money is there. They don't want the fight right now because it's too risky for the PBC brand. Whether y'all want to believe it or not, that fight is risky as shit. Just like Bivol is riskier than a motherfucker. They don't want them fights. They got to keep Benavidez
undefeated,
squeaky clean, man. I'm telling you, it's for the greater. I'm not saying Benavidez can't beat Bivol. I don't think he can beat Bivol. It'll be a good fight. I don't think Benavidez will get washed anyway. I just think that they know what they're doing, and I'll trying to make Benavidez a number 1 pound for pound fighter. And the best thing you can do is don't offer Cinnamon a contract. We got this shit set up where we retire. We get an opportunity to retire Cinnamon years down the line, Slim.
So, all right, so hold on, before you go, so what you saying is Canelo got tired of the Benavidez family talking all that flim-flam, so they got on a plane, flew to Cleveland, and wanted to smoke with Benavidez, and Al told him, no, we can't do that, because we trying to, you know, we on our smoking mirror campaign with the Mexican Monster. We don't want you to break them up.
Exactly. So, all that motherfucking clock chasing. Remember I called you and I remember we talked about this. And he went directly to Cleveland. And it's like, look, Slim, y'all gotta stop all this clout chasing or y'all gonna start paying us. What y'all gonna do, man? We'll pay you. Because we just clout chasing. We ain't trying to make that fight. So we gonna pay you handsomely. We gonna use you over here. Then we gonna make them Bammers apologize for talking shit about you. I mean, we good? And how you say, yeah, Puto, give me the check. No back end money. How you say he want guaranteed money? He don't get no back end. And he said, no back end. I want all guaranteed. I want my shit off the rip. And we do business. So the motherfuckers stop talking that shit, this, that, and the third. And then they got this shit scammed the way they got it scammed. They don't want neither one of them. Well, I think if Canelo was offered to fight, he'll fight him. Yeah. The money is not going to come from Canelo. The money is going to come from the promoter. When if Canelo said, I'm going to give you this amount of money? No, he's saying, look, what does the promoter have? You only have, 50? Oh, I want 45 of that. Is he going to fight me for 5? Is he going to fight me for 2? Nah. So we ain't even got to worry about that. So you know what I'm saying? So you already know how that shit goes. It ain't about with Cinnamon. If Cinnamon want to make the fight, Cinnamon can't force. If Al ain't got 150, if nobody ain't got 150, then they ain't got 150. But what Cinnamon saying you ain't going to do with your bitch ass is clout chase my name and not pay me. Y'all motherfuckers lunching out here. This motherfucker, this fake ass Mexican clout chaser, man. Pay me my money, man.
Hey, look here,
Pay
man.
me my motherfucking break.
Look.
Hey, y'all Bama's gonna apologize.
It's the Mexican monster, man. You can't be talking about the Mexican monster like that,
Nah,
Rob boy. You can't be
motherfucker
doing
ain't
that,
no
man.
monster. He alright. He ain't no monster. He alright though. He ain't no motherfucking monster. I know what a monster look like.
Hey, man.
But he ain't no monster. Beterbiev is a monster. Prove me you a monster. Beterbiev is a monster. That's a monster. Bud is a monster. Them monsters to me. I don't know what this barely is. He alright though. I ain't taking nothing from him. He did his thing, and like I said, they got Morrell at the right time. All this is strategic. They got Morrell at the right time. That is the best time to fight Morrell, Slim.
Hey, but look, Morrell is the one that called them out though. It ain't like they picked Morrell.
Morrell's supposed to.
Huh?
Because it ain't. Who else is Morrell gonna fight? He's supposed to.
So you making it seem like they was in the lab. Okay, look, check this out. We got to get Morrell right now at the right time. He green, so let's make that fight happen so we can get him and get him out the way. Morrell was. That's what happened.
Yeah, that's exactly how I feel. Yep, that's exactly how I feel. Yep, that's exactly how I feel. Yeah,
goddamn right.
That's exactly how I feel.
They was in the lab. Hold on, wait a minute. Hold on. We got the dude over here now. He ain't got but 11 fights. We can take him right now. Let's get.
All right. And remember this shit in 2025 when I tell you when Benavidez is the number 1 pound for pound fighter for clipping and getting rid of all the motherfucking old fighters. That's the plan, man. And now I'm sticking with it, and that's it, Slim. I'm telling you. But that's all I got for you, Bo.
All right, salute, fam.
I'm out.
Hey, Rob boy, Rob boy, I gotta clip that call right there. Hey, shout out to Rob boy first. I gotta clip that call. That call right there, I gotta repost that. Rob boy saying, look, man, the Mexican monster, man, they would listen. They ain't really want no fight. Canelo came to the listen. Now, this what Ron said. Ron said, look, they were talking all that flim-flam, popping that week, hollering about what they want to do to Canelo, and Canelo scared they ducking. So Canelo like, look, not only I'm going to show you how much I'm not ducking. I'm going to get on the plane, me and Eddie Reynoso, we going to fly to Cleveland, meet Al Heyman, because ain't nobody seen Al since 1972. You know, meet Al Heyman, sit down with him, let him know, hey, look here, man. Listen, you got a puto over there, man, named David Benavidez, hollering about he the Mexican monster, and he ain't Mexican, he from Phoenix. And what he got to do, I'm tired of him talking that flim-flam, popping that week.
But this bomb is taking the easy matches. Fight another bomb.
We want him right now. What's happening? So, what Raw Boy saying, when Canelo and Eddie Reynoso went to Al and said, look, we want Benavidez, Al was like, hold on, wait a minute now, wait a minute now. What we were doing now, we really don't want to fight you. We were using your name as clout to raise David Benavidez profile up. Now, I talked to all of my media outlets. We put the info out there that you was ducking him. So Canelo was like, I don't like the way y'all scandalizing my name, dismercifying my good character. I duck nobody, puto. I duck nobody. I fought Miguel Cotto. I fought Mayweather. Nigga, I fought doggone Laura. I fought doggone who else? I fought Bivol. You know, I became undisputed. I fought Triple G. You know, like my resume speak for itself. I duck nobody. I fought Daniel Jacobs. You got PBC fighters haven't even fought Daniel Jacobs. I fought Daniel Jacobs. So he like, look, I want this dude, get him out the way. And Al told him the game, look here, man, what it is, man. We ain't never had no plans on fighting your dog. We were just pump faking, trying to build his profile up. Mike Tyson gave us an alley-oop, said he was the Mexican monster. Now, we know he really ain't no monster, but we said he was the Mexican monster. He gave us the alley-oop. We've been taking that, using that as a marketing ploy in order to build David Benavidez up. This what Rob Boy Fresh said what happened. And then once, I'm calling you the last call. And then once Al explained to Canelo and Eddie what they was really doing, that's what Canelo said, all right, I tell you what, puto, I'll do a 3-fight deal with you guys, but you got to make the other puto apologize. So let's say Al called David Benavidez. He said, hello. He said, yeah, man, what's up? Yeah, Al, what's up? What's up, baby? What's going on? Hey, look here, man. Listen, you putos, I got Canelo in here. Canelo finna sign with the PBC 3-fight deal. Oh, yeah, that's good. We gonna fight him? No, look here, man. You putos got what y'all got to do. Y'all got to go to Mexico, go to all the different media outlets. You got to apologize. Canelo right here saying that y'all got to apologize, and he told me to call y'all putos. Now, me being a black African-American stud from Cleveland, Ohio, I don't know what puto mean, but it don't sound like it's nothing good. So he said, y'all putos, got you and your daddy, y'all got to go around and apologize, and then, you ain't gonna get the Canelo fight. We were just trying to build your name up. So this what Round Boy Fresh said what happened. Carter, you the last call. What's your name? Where you calling from?
All right, so it's there 3 times.
Three times.
So why Canelo ask for $250 million for the Benavidez? But why not? Why you say that only for Benavidez? Why didn't you say $250 million with Malanga, Magia, Why I gotta be Benavidez? Can you answer that? Why you ask that much money with Benavidez? Why you ask that much money?
I don't know, man. I got to ask Ron Boy first about that, man. That was a good question. I need to ask Ron Boy first.
That don't make sense. All that bullshit that nigga saying. Why the hell this nigga asked for 250 mil to fight Benavidez? All that bullshit he said.
Well, see, you got to understand, David Benavidez is a puto. See, when you're a puto, hold on, not puto, but he's a puto. And see, when you're a puto, you know, Canelo need 150 million to fight putos. That's what I think. Why he said that.
No, I think it was retired money. He's not stupid, because he just defended Canelo. I don't know why he's defending this nigga. So he dubbed Bivol, and I don't really like Bivol Andre. I think Bivol Andre was overrated. I think Bivol was overrated. He dubbed that nigga. So I don't know why he defended him on that part. And then the Morrell part, what he said about Morrell, cool. Morrell did call him out. Did. And if Benavidez didn't want to fight Morrell, they would have called him a duck. Shout out to Benavidez for taking the fight. He didn't have to take that fight, coach.
Hey, look,
he didn't have to take that fight. You know that, right?
Yeah, he didn't. He didn't. Listen, somebody sent me a video. Somebody sent me a video of Ace Money. Ace Money snapping, dog. He madder than a motherfucker.
Cool.
Somebody.
This nigga is calling this nigga. He the next Muhammad Ali and shit. I'm like, what the fuck this nigga talking about?
Somebody sent me a video, dog. Man, that man was.
Rombo was one.
He figured out.
Rombo was one of the niggas who say Benavidez was ducking. He was one of the niggas saying Benavidez was going Morrell. Now he's saying, oh, we got to get Morrell out early. Oh, now we got to get him out early. Yeah, you said that after he beat his ass that night. Now you want to say that after he got his ass whooped. Come on, brother. You trying to switch the topic?
You said
the main one for him was ducking.
Yeah, you said first. You said first they were saying you said first they were saying David Benavidez is ducking David Morrell. That is true. That is what a lot of people were saying. And then now that he beat him,
we had to get him out the way.
Now he beat him. We had to get him out the way at the right time. Yeah, which way it is?
Get the fuck out of here. That's my call, coach.
All right, salute, Phil. But see what it is, man. See, hold on now. Wait a minute now. See what it is now. We had to get him out the way early. You know, it was all a part of the plan. Now, we did have a contract. Now, I will say this, though. David Benavidez, Jose Sr. did say on the Boxing Voice that they had a 3-fight deal already with the PBC. He said they got Caleb Plant. They have Caleb Plant on the contract. They got Demetrius Andrade, and he said they had David Morrell. That is true. And guess what? He fought Plant, Andrade, and he fought David Morrell. So that is true now. He did say that. Facts. You the last call. Call him, what's your name? Where you calling from?
Hey, what's up? It's Coach Marco from 714.
Marco from the 714. Talk to me.
Hell of a fight, Coach, this weekend. I'm going to be honest with you. I thought Morrell was going to get a Cuban style, go in there and try to outbox him. I never expected for that boy to sit there and just trade with him. Now, Benavidez is good, but let's be real, Coach. Them Russians, they're on another fucking level right now. Plain and simple. I just don't see Benavidez. Maybe he go up there and, grab that money. Get that money from the Sheik and whatnot, but I don't think he has any business at 175. If it was up to me, I do Benavidez and Morrell go back to 168 and keep barking that shit at Canelo. Because my understanding is that Canelo signed a 3-fight deal with the Excellency, correct, Coach?
Yeah, they're saying now, he got a 3-fight deal with Turki Al-Sheikh, yeah.
So we know how they move on that side. So there's no way for Excellency not to see Morrell and Benavidez at 168, and so is Canelo with a 3-fight deal. I'm not saying it might be the first fight or the second one, but knowing Excellency and know that he likes his fights competitive and fair, I just don't see Canelo avoiding them anymore, if that was the case.
Talking about Benavidez?
Yeah.
Well, Benavidez is in a different weight division now. He's in a different weight division now, so they're not.
So that's what
I'm
saying, Coach. I don't think he went to 175 obviously because he couldn't get the Canelo fight. But if you look before that first 175, he was able to make 168 comfortable, Coach. 3 fights before that 175, and he made all those weights no problem. That's what I'm saying. If he already went to 175, there's no one left to fight but the Russians, Coach.
Well, he's the mandatory, so he got to fight him. If You know, again, if he don't fight them dudes, fight the winner next. And, you know, we do know with Turk Al-Sheikh, they're going to fight. Like, Turk Al-Sheikh he ain't with no duck language. Turk Al-Sheikh ain't with no, wait a minute, 999. It ain't none of that. Like, okay, no, you over here, you finna fight the top guy, 50-50 fights. We know that. So if that fight don't happen, then, you know, we're going to see.
So let's say David Benavidez fights the winner of Beterbiev Bivol. Let's say Benavidez loses. Do you see the chance of maybe going back to 168 and then just kind of sitting there and being like, all right, Canelo, where'd you going to go now?
Who you talking about, Benavidez?
Or do you think you?
No.
Yeah.
No, he's not going back to 168. He can't make that weight. Can't make that weight.
Damn.
Listen, Canelo Benavidez is over with. That was dead in the water. That ain't gonna happen. We'll never see a Canelo fight versus the Benavidez. We'll never hear that. It's gonna be arguments with Canelo fans and Benavidez fans online from here to eternity. But that's about as far as it's gonna go. The only fights we're gonna get is between Benavidez fans and Canelo fans arguing online about who ducked who. That's the closest thing to a fight we're gonna get.
That sucks. So for some reason, I figure that if Canelo was fighting under the Sheik, and then Benavidez at some point crossed the street over to the Sheik, I figure that knowing the way that he goes about his business, I was really hoping that he would be the one to say, okay, both of you are at my stable, both of you might be in the same weight division or whatnot, and him making the fight happen. But if they end up moving, you know, from your perspective, then most likely we're not going to get that fight.
Yeah, that's over.
Hoping for it. Thank you so
all right, salute, fam. Yeah, that's over. Yeah, that's over. All that about. Yeah, to be honest with your fam, that just water under the bridge, but they don't need to even talk about that no more. That Canelo, Benavidez, that's over with. But if I'm Benavidez, I would just continue to use David Benavidez's name. I mean Canelo's name. I'll use his name and I'll go all the way to the top with it. You get what I'm saying? I use his name. Yeah, man, the man ducked me. You get what I'm saying? I've been in that division for 3-4 years. The man was ducking. He ain't want no smoke because he know what time it is. So I just had to move on up. If I'm him, I take that and I just continue to run with it. At this point, well, I mean, what choice does he have? At this point. At this point, you get what I'm saying? You might as well at this point. Carter, what's your name? You called from?
LJ Wright, Texas.
LJ Wright, talk to me.
Hey, Coach. So they talking about fighting Beterbiev, right? But the thing about that is, didn't Beterbiev, before he fought Bivol, he was coming off knee surgery, right?
Yeah, he had like a little surgery, yeah.
Meniscus, and that locks up your knee. So you boxed before. You need your legs. You need your legs when you're digging and when you're sitting down on your punches, correct?
Yeah, his legs look pretty good to me when he fought Bivol, so I don't think he having issues with his legs.
I think Bivol is about to have a different Beterbiev in front of him come fight day. The Beterbiev that we've seen knocking out Joker.
All right, we're going to find out February 22nd. We'll find out.
Yeah. Yeah, but like always, great show, man. I just wanted to touch base with you on that.
All right, yes, sir. Salute, fam. Shout out to LJ Wright. Yeah, we'll find out. His legs look fine to me. You know what I'm saying? Like when he came off the surgery and fought Bivol, his legs look fine to me. So, yeah, I really don't see anything. You get what I'm saying? I think they're gonna fight. I'm trying to find that video. Man, what's in it? Hold on, this it right here. Oh, somebody sent it to me. I think I got it. This it. Hold on, no, this got to be it. Hold on. Oh, this it right here. Hold on. Somebody sent me man, yeah, this it right here. I found it. Somebody sent me some goddamn everybody going on, man. Everybody snapping. He threatened niggas. He threatened niggas. I don't know about what he gonna do. Yeah, nigga, yeah. Can y'all hear this?
We don't switch up. We don't switch. Nigga, you pussy ass niggas. Let's go. We got active with Benavidez. We beat his ass, nigga. We
No
hurt
audio.
that nigga.
Hold on,
We
y'all
make
can't
him
hear
do
it.
the stanky
All right,
leg.
don't worry about it.
Bitch ass nigga.
Don't worry
We
about
dropped
it.
that.
Dude say no audio. Don't worry about it. I got you right here. I got you. Oh, y'all can hear it? Miss Connie said no. Okay, so audio. Y'all got it? All right. Miss Connie said G5 say okay, audio. Okay, y'all can hear it. All right, cool.
That nigga.
Hold on. This funny.
Fuck you talking about, nigga? We get active with anybody. Morrell.
Hey, he say, hey, hold on. Let's stop right there. He said we get active. Bro, what's wrong with these fans? Bro, yeah, nigga, we get active, nigga. What's happening? I mean, what you want to do? Bro, like literally, you were at your mama house in the basement. Don't nobody see you know what? You don't even come outside no what, even in Memphis. Like, dude, like, yeah, nigga, we get active. What happened? Yeah, Morrell, what's up? You feel me? And I'm like, bro, like, my nigga, you damn near 30-something, you in your 30s, dog. What's wrong with you? We get active. What you mean we? Who is we? Anyways.
Oh, nigga. Fuck you talking about, nigga? We get active with anybody. Morrell, nigga. Team Morrell all day. Morrell. Nigga. All day, every day. Nigga. Y'all niggas some bitches. We don't switch up. We don't switch. Nigga. You pussy ass niggas. Let's go. We got active with Benavidez. We beat his ass, nigga. We hurt that nigga. We made him do the stanky leg. Bitch ass nigga. We dropped that nigga. And then he starts snitching. He started telling the referee they took a point away. Nigga start flopping and shit. That nigga start flopping. Pussy ass nigga. You's a bitch, boy. Let's go, Morrell. All day, every day. Morrell time, nigga. That's my fighter. Let's go, Morrell.
The crazy part is, even if they did take the point away, he still would have been.
Hey, he said that's my fighter. These the niggas I be talking about online. The male groupies, these niggas I be talking, nigga, that's my fighter. What's up? What you want to do? Yeah, I got shooters. You better not say nothing bad about them. Yeah, nigga, what's up? Huh? Who you what? Like, these the dudes I be talking to y'all about. These you ladies, I'm glad you women are hearing this us in the chat. Now you know what I be talking about. These are the guys I be talking about online. These the ones that gonna be threatening you, telling you which fights you better not go to, that they not gonna go to. They think these fighters know them. Morrell don't even know this dude. Morrell don't even know this guy. Oh, okay, all right. That's my fighter. All right, okay, all right, brother. Okay, brother. All right.
Bit unanimous decision. They had the scorecards way too fucking wide.
It was set up for Benavidez.
6 was in, nigga.
We exposed him. We exposed that nigga. We got active with that nigga. Y'all.
Hey, you know what? Hey, he been up all night yelling. Do you see how his voice sound? He sound like his voice is hoarse, like real hoarse, like he lost his voice. He been yelling all night. He probably did a 12-hour live just yelling, defending Morrell. Yeah, nigga, what's up? We get active. I'm finna drop the link right now, and you better not say nothing wrong. Like, bro, like he's emotionally invested at this point. At this point, he wants to do digital violence. He wants to do a digital drive-by right now, digitally. Let's continue.
What you talking about, nigga? We get active with anybody. Morrell, nigga. Team Morrell all day. Morrell. Nigga. All day, every day. Nigga. Y'all niggas some bitches. We don't switch up. We don't switch. Nigga. You pussy ass niggas. Let's go. We got active with Benavidez. We beat his ass, nigga. We hurt that nigga. We made him do the stanky leg. Bitch ass nigga. We dropped that nigga. And then he starts snitching. He started telling the referee they took a point away. Nigga start flopping and shit. That nigga start flopping. Pussy ass nigga. You's a bitch, boy. Let's go, Morrell. All day, every day. Morrell time, nigga. That's my fighter. Let's go,
the crazy part is, even if they did take the point away, he still would have been a unanimous decision. They had the scorecards way too fucking wide. Nigga.
It was set up for Benavidez.
6 was in, nigga.
We exposed him. We exposed that nigga. We got active with that nigga. Y'all,
bro, you can't make this up. Let's give everybody a round of applause. You can't make this up. This is who I be talking about. These are the dudes that I be talking about. Shout out to the Jessica. Shout out to the Goddess. Goddess, the man lost his voice. I cannot imagine Goddess all these beautiful women in the chat. All these beautiful, all these beautiful, pretty, fine women, tenderrollers in the chat. I cannot imagine me yelling all night long about a fighter who don't even know I exist. And I'm just sitting back, dude, you won't even defend your girl. Hey, baby, somebody named Tyrone just slapped me. Baby, don't worry about it. Baby, stop interrupting me. Don't you see I'm having a debate right now? Don't you see I'm having a debate right now? Yeah, baby, but me and your mama was outside, and the dude walked up to me, and he slapped me on the behind and squeezed my left cheek in front of your mama, and I told him you was in the house, and he told me, F your boyfriend, tell that nigga to come outside, and he don't like what I'm doing, so I'm coming in here telling you, goddamn it, baby, didn't I tell you not to be interrupting me? Right now, we talk about Morrell. I'm trying to get these niggas to smoke right now online, and you interrupted me telling me about what another dude did to you. I don't care nothing about that, but baby, he cussed your mama out, disrespected your mama. I don't care nothing about him disrespecting you and my mom and my mom. Y'all ain't had the business out there messing with him. Right now, we talk about Morrell. True. Bruh, like these the dudes I be talking about. These the dudes I be talking about, fam. But bro, like, man, bro.
We the Charlo twins. We known for calling everybody out.
Please call these people out. Listen, the whole world's looking at you. Call these people out,
What's up? It's the Jamal the Hitman Charlo. Let's get it. Who want it?
Name them names, man.
They know who they is.
Name them names, please. The names need to be named.
They know who they is.
The Mexican monster.
Mexican monster.
Mello.
Man, bro, like these the dudes I be talking about, fam. See, I gotta show y'all receipts. Somebody sent this to me. I forgot who sent it to me, but the brother sent it to me. I got to show y'all the receipts, because some of y'all be thinking I be making stuff up. I don't be making this stuff up. These grown men online, they be very passionate about their favorite fighter who don't know they exist. You got your priorities wrong. You still living at your mama house. I ain't got time to be motherfucking arguing about no nigga with no niggas online about no fighter who got money who don't even know I exist. If you put that same effort into coming up, getting some paper, guess what? Your voice won't be hoarse. It ain't a nigga on the planet that my voice is going to get hoarse over. I ain't gonna be yelling about no fighter or no man for 10, 11, 12 hours. I can't do it, though. Dude, you don't lost your voice. You don't lost your voice. You can't make this up.
We must internalize the flatulation of the matter by transmitting the effervescence of the Indonesian proximity in order to further segregate, to preclude on the issue of world domination would only circumvent, circumcise the revelation that reflects the aphrodisiac symptoms which now perpetrates the Jericho's activation.
Bruh, you can't make this up. This is what Dr. Umar was talking about.
You need a testosterone injection. Your estrogen is getting the best of you, my brother. You need a testosterone injection. Your estrogen is getting the best of you, my brother. You are part of the estrogen-based anti-masculinity movement. Stop worrying about me with no shirt on. You are part of the estrogen-based anti-black masculinity movement. I just came from the beach in St. Croix. I took a dip with the ancestors. Is that all right with you, Negropean? I just took a dip with the ancestors. Is that all right with you, Negropean? I just took a dip with the ancestors in the ocean of St. Croix. Is that all right with you? Stop worrying about me and no shirt. Somebody get that brother some testosterone. Somebody get that brother some testosterone. His estrogen levels are a bit too high.
Yeah, man, these estrogen levels, man, like between that and the goose grease, can't forget about the goose grease now. So you got the estrogen levels being too high, then you got the goose grease, and it's a combination of all of that.
Yep, that's right. I'm running things. Cream corn. That's why they call me that. Smooth. I got more measure for your pleasure. Stick with me, baby. I'll have you farting through silk. And let a nigga mess with me. I'll jump on him. All 93 pounds of pure dynamite.
Yeah, man, I don't got threatened by everybody since I've been on YouTube. Just call me a bitch. But H-Man was the first one to call me a bitch, though. You's a bitch. This one, he was a diehard Tyson Fury fan. But I ain't gonna lie, H-Man is funny. I don't dislike the dude. He funny, dog. He's funny. I think something kind of wrong with him up here. I don't think he the sharpest butter knife in the kitchen. kitchen drawer and he's not the brightest light bulb in the ceiling. You know, I had to learn, you know, as I get older now, I've been on YouTube 4 years. So I don't take none of this stuff serious. You know, I can't, you know, it's just funny. Like, these guys is funny. Like, they got their priorities wrong. You get what I'm saying? So, I mean, that's just the reality of the situation, man. But I hope everything work out. I hope he's finally able to at least, if you can't get out your mama's house, at least help your mama pay some of them bills. That's all I'm saying. At least help your mama pay some of them bills, dog. That's all I'm saying. And that's the least you can do. If your mama working, taking care of you, you 35, 36 years old, your mama working, taking care of you and your little brother, at least you can do is help your mama pay a light bill or pay a gas bill or put some gas in her car or something. You get what I'm saying? That's all I'm saying, fam. That's all I'm saying. It is what it is.
Come fucking with me, you gonna get knocked the fuck out. I'm a knockout artist, baby.
Yeah, you get what I'm saying. You gotta, let's hear that one more time.
Fuck you talking about, nigga? We get active with anybody. Morrell, nigga. Team Morrell all day. Morrell. Nigga, all day, every day. Nigga, y'all niggas some bitches. We don't switch up. We don't switch. Nigga, you pussy ass niggas. Let's go. We got active with Benavidez. We beat his ass, nigga. We hurt that nigga. We made him do the stanky leg. Bitch ass nigga. We dropped that nigga. And then he starts snitching, telling the referee they took a point away. Nigga start flopping and shit. That nigga start flopping. Pussy ass nigga, you's a bitch, boy. Let's go, Morrell. All day, every day. Morrell time, nigga. That's my fighter. Let's go,
and the crazy
Morrell.
part is that they did take the point away. He still would have been a unanimous decision. They had the scorecards way too fucking wide. Nigga.
It was set up for Benavidez.
6 was in, nigga.
We exposed him. We exposed that nigga. We got active with that nigga. Y'all.
Well, there you have it, guys. So we got active. There you go, right there, man. Anyway, let's give the cash appers, you know, the super chatters a round of applause. Shout out to Sean from the Heights.
Hey, okay.
Shout out to Big Dog Willie.
Hey, okay.
Shout out to Javier.
Hey, okay.
Shout out to Nebraska Raj.
Hey, okay.
Shout out to D Hall, the People Show.
Hey, okay.
Shout out to Jim 82.
Hey, okay.
And shout out to Deal 87.
Hey, okay.
Let's give the super chatters and the supporters a round of applause. Yeah, man. Yeah, man, I'm just saying, fam, like, you know, it is what it is, fam. Like, you know, some of these dudes, boy, yeah, nigga, that's my fighter. Nigga, what's happening? You know, listen, check this out. I tell you what, David Benavidez, anybody got a problem? Anybody want the smoke? We got somebody for you. Oh, pussy ass nigga, what's going on, boy? I'm telling you, boy, I'm knock your fuck ass out, boy. Blow for blow, pound for pound, nigga. I got the title, nigga. I'm telling you, boy, I'm finna knock one of you what kind of niggas out. Nigga, I got these hands, nigga. I'm throwing them paws at that nigga, finna knock your ass down again, nigga. Get your ass back up, nigga. Don't run, nigga. I'm telling you, boy, I want all the smoke. Nigga, I'm throwing them paws, nigga. I'm putting them hands on you, nigga. I told you what I'm gonna do to you, nigga. Catch you with the check left hook. Nigga, check left hook, nigga. I told you, boy, pound for pound, nigga. I'm the best. This more action than any Devin Haney fight. Put these paws on you, nigga. I told you, I got your back up, nigga. I got your back up. Nigga, watch that check left foot, knock your ass down again, nigga. I'm telling you, boy, it is what it is, nigga. I'm gonna make it do what it do. I'm telling you, boy, we ain't even playing over here, boy. Some of these dudes, you can tell they got a poster of their favorite fighter on the wall when they wake up when they go to sleep at night and they open their eyes, they laying on their back. They got a poster on the ceiling of their favorite fighter. They just looking up at their favorite fighter. Then when they wake up, they got a bunch of pictures around them on the wall. Some of them got their favorite fighter tattoos on their hand. Some of them got their favorite fighter. They wearing their favorite fighter drawers. You know, some of their favorite fighter got, you know, they got some drawers that they be wearing and stuff like that. So I just want to throw that out there, man. So, you know, never underestimate the power of fandom. Never underestimate the power of the male groupie in boxing. Some of these dudes, boy, they got it bad, dog. They got it bad. Shout out to the face of boxing.
Hey, yeah. Oh, that look good.
Yeah, I'm just saying, man, when they go to getting wild like that, dog, you just gotta, all right, you got it, dog, you got it. I don't want no smoke. Yeah, nigga, I know you don't want no smoke, and you better not want no smoke, because if I see you, I'm gonna do this and that. All right, man, you got it, dog. Whatever you say, fam. Whatever you say. Yeah, you's a bitch. You's a bitch. Yo, bitch ass nigga, you better not even come over here no more. You know what time it is. You know, yeah, we come with that pressure. We come with that pressure. Sir, you're coming with pressure on the computer screen while yelling in the microphone. Yeah, that's exactly what I'm doing. And yeah, guess what? You better not come to the fight. And we see you at the fight. You ought to know what time it is. You mean the fights that I go to that you never going to show up at? True, true. Sir, I've been in so many different cities, many different fights, sir. Went live and everything, and I haven't seen you anywhere, sir. So I'm trying to figure out, like, how are you going to get me? Are you going to get me through the camera? If I show up at the fight, you going to be there with your posse? You going to walk up to me and talk trailer? How is it going to happen, sir? You got to leave your mama house first. That's all I'm saying. If you want to get to me, you got to leave your mama house. You got to leave your mom's house first, though. That's all I'm saying, fam. Again, I don't been hearing it all before. I don't have YouTube channel say, yeah, when I see the nigga, I'm gonna slap him. And then when I see the niggas in the hotel and elevators, they offer to buy me a drink. True. I just said, I've been doing this for 4 years, dog. I ain't seen nothing yet. That's all I'm saying. Make it last. Make it last forever. Don't let I love me. Yeah, man, you can't listen. You can't listen. You can't make this shit up. You can't make this shit up. You can't make this shit up, though. That's all I'm saying. Anyway, man, shout out to everybody in the chat, man.
I want to thank the whole hood who came out here. I love y'all. I did this for the hood. Y'all know I beat that boy.
Did this for the hood. Let's give a shout out to the members. Always got to give a shout out to the members, and we gave a shout out to the callers as well. Not callers, but give a shout out to the members. Shout out to Jose. Hey, okay. Matter of fact, we got to do the start from oldest to newest. Green Eyes P. Hey, okay. Shout out to Lisa Bell. Shout out to Dr. Paul, School of X-Man. Shout out to Damian Bennett, Retro Boxing and Documentaries. Shout out to DT. Shout out to Fissiana Fights, Candy Slim. Shout out to Mr. Guancarlo, Swoop 718, Eric Grimey. Shout out to Jamie Vasquez, Ahmed, the one Mr. Ham, Flex. Shout out to Jazz. Shout out to Mr. Lemons. Shout out to Massachusetts. Matter of fact, shout out to Massachusetts. Fishing, shout out to Curtis Robinson, Christopher, The Natural, shout out to the Lick Reactions, shout out to J Kid, James C. Kelly, F Society, Kendall Price, Sean from the Heights, Will Page, Keith Bulldogs, G5, Tyrone Winston, E Money, Jose, Mark, shout out to Tegra, shout out to Rod, Tony Okafor, Summer in November, shout out to the lovely Nay, shout out to CPT, shout out to Nebraska Raj, Dr. Mario, Jamal Johnson, shout out to Miss Black Panther, shout out to Warlock Boston, shout out to LJC. Shout out to WB Man. Shout out to 74th Street. The lovely Miss Connie. ADRH. Shout out to Raymond Moore. B-Man. Shout out to, all right, let's get down here. Shout out to, matter of fact, let's go ahead and switch this here. B-Man. Shout out to Chris T. Jones. Larry Ballman. Shout out to Kiki. Matthew Bishop. Shout out to Jew Money. Let's give the members a round of applause. Hey, man, I'm going to give everybody a shout out, man, after these messages, man. Shout out to the Tender Runners, the PYTs, and the Honey Dips. Yeah, man, listen, man, shout out to James Lee. Hey, okay. Shout out to La Jessica. Hey, okay. JC, shout out to Tagger the GG. Hey, okay. Kendall Price, Rock Bottom, shout out to Superman, a film by Ali. This is Boxing. Shout out to Summer in November, Cooking with Sir Senior. Shout out to Kendall Price. Shout out to Jay Tonic, The Natural. Shout out to the Martin, the lovely Miss Connie. Shout out to Nay, G5 from the Bronx, Schoolo X-Man. Shout out to Raymond Moore, Mr. Corey Bradley. Shout out to your boy Mambo. Shout out to Let's see what else we got. DC Curry, Rule Exposure, Ahmed. Shout out to Talib. Salute to you, fam. Shout out to Steve Kim too. Shout out to Steve Kim, man. Steve Kim took his time out to come over here and talk to us. I really appreciate him. Shout out to JC. Shout out to M. Cole. Shout out to DC Curry. You know, so I just want y'all to be safe now. They want y'all to be safe. You might get threatened by, if you go to the wrong channel, you might get threatened over there. I just want y'all to be safe. I catch you guys on the next one. You know my motto. Don't meet me there, beat me there. Peace.
Man, I'm out of here, bro. Let's go.